So, now that we've sorted the sound alerts out, thank you, Liam, for reminding me. This is episode 31.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Episode 31 of D&D. Like, who'd have thunk it? And the one thing I purposely waited to do until we were live is I am going to add Vianne to the party list. So she is a Triton Bard. There we go. I just put Vianna. No, it's Vianne. Thank you.
Yes,
I just heard Vienna, the song in my head, go off then.
Yeah.
Sure now.
So yeah, as you can, and as people can now see on the left side, it has been fully updated. So now we have a new complement to the party, who was meant to only be a guest, but the party decided we're going to
Charmed
kidnap.
her way into our hearts.
She charmed her way into your heart. So at least that's what you say when you kidnap the son of a lord, the daughter of a lord, not the son of a lord. Fuck me.
Hang on, have you got something you want to be saying there, Danny?
I think
Is that backstory stuff we shouldn't know about?
I think I'll let Vianne realise the surprise. Sorry. Anyway, but last session was you guys infiltrating the party, going in and rescuing the friends that had willingly gone into capture to try and get like an inside view of this slaver auction party. And Greytail, Eventine, and Deer, you guys were Team Trap Rats with Boomer, Persephone, and I nearly said Bane then, and that was completely wrong, and Cass being Top Rats. And you infiltrated your way in with a couple of other people with you, and started speaking and conversing with a number of people that took interest in you, one of which was Vianne, a lovely, lightly pink-skinned Triton who was very charming, very beautiful, and very charismatic. At least he didn't say Persephone. Look, for some reason people want me to say the name wrong anyway. I know Persephone is the correct pronunciation, but you know what do. But and it was interesting. The fight, you were brought into the arena. The fight started, and it seemed to be this ethereal humanoid figure wrapped in bandages and seemed to weave fate around it with the way it manipulated time and space and some of its movements. And Grey and Evan, you both were the only two to take strikes from this creature, and you felt like some of your like inner being weaken, and he's still weakened now from being hit by this creature. Whatever it did, it was incredibly dangerous. But
An owie, definitely.
oh yeah, it was a big owie. But it did get slain. And captured was Aper, the leader / boss of this organisation, through the help of the fact magic may have decided to go bye-bye for a considerable amount of time, causing some people some issues and plans to thoroughly go out the window, but it did create as well at the same time enough of a panic and disruption that you guys were able to get an upper hand of some degree and seize the day. You all went topside with the freshly captured Aper. You haven't seen, since the fighting started, you haven't seen Unri, the dwarf that got you in.
Yep.
But you're topside. There are guards around you. Boomer also found an interesting device surgically implanted in Aper, and clerics were called to look at it, and it has a couple of interesting properties, but can be disabled.
I believe we had cut it out.
No, it was. It said it
the
is possible to, and they would, but they haven't done it yet because we cut off from last session. But you are right; they are. The plan was to do that.
Okey-dokey.
Because
to do that.
a small incision was made where a finger could be put in to cast identify on the object, and essentially as and when they can make that incision more and do whatever they need to do. But that's not something they're willing to do in the middle of the road, you know. But yeah, we're going to start the session there, as you guys with guards and 2 clerics of Helm are all outside the Store Legrand.
Yep. As I had just asked Cass to send a message to outside, well, sending spells to outside groups to see if they had noticed a disturbance in magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes.
Yes.
Us would like to send a message to our wizard friend in the deserts to the west, northwest,
And
somewhere.
by this person, you mean Morgan.
Yes,
Okay.
I assume that's who Evan was hinting towards.
Yeah.
Also, cool. So yeah, forgot I was going to do this, so I'm not prepped. Yay.
You're not
So,
prepped.
yeah,
I've got to quickly learn a Morgan voice. Shit.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Fienne's just gonna kind of re-perfume herself after all that running they did inside.
Oh yeah, no, it took a lot of energy, and you know, you got to make sure you're tip-top nasal condition for people. So yeah, no, that's perfectly fine.
Look, 21 charisma takes a lot of work, okay?
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, I hold my nose and take a few steps back, as it's probably overpowering, I'm assuming.
Maybe.
It's just...
I think
Just
Giuseppe
cleared
would
the
actually be more interested because it's a feminine smell for her, and she's like, "Oh, what's this?"
who is this, by the way?
So that's a good point, yeah, because...
yes, we do not know.
You 3 haven't been introduced, but Cass, what's the first thing you say? Someone's mic is too loud. If it was just Matt, I'll turn him down a bit and we'll see.
Sorry.
You shut the fuck up. There we go. I've dropped him down to 160.
Me, I'm not on board.
I'm not sure. I am using a new headset, so if I come through a bit weird,
Yeah, no, the loudest
you know.
person that spoke then was Matt, but because the thing is, it's normal for me, but obviously not for other people. So I've turned it down a touch.
So yeah, Cass would like to say, hello, it's Cass.
Hello.
Did you experience a stop in magic? Sorry, I was just checking how many words then.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
In Brial, and magic switched off. Do you know anything? Thank you.
And about 10 or 15 seconds later, a reply does come back. I'm not even going to attempt the voice because it's going to end up really bad. So I'm just going to do just a softer voice. That's
Drop it low. Drop it lady low, though, not
Hello.
gentleman low. There's a difference.
Hello.
Just
yeah,
do a bit
I'm-
sour. Yeah, down there.
I'm going to do. No,
Go
I
on.
didn't pick up a disturbance. Here, what do you mean? It's a peculiar choice of words.
I look to Evan and shake my head, and then I would like to send a message to Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to respond back to Morgan just right now, but I know
Okay.
Joseph is technically closer to us, but
Yeah.
also uses magic, if I remember rightly, because
Yeah.
he's a little bit... so I would like to say this same message. So, hello, it's Cass. Did you experience a stop in magic working? We're in Brial, and we did. Thank you.
No. A response will come back. No. Nothing here. Nothing. Is everything okay? I should be back in a couple days or so. And he kind of cuts off as he goes to say something else.
I will then say to Evan, both our magical friend
What I'll do,
and other magical friend, both
I'll put you on
have
the
not
world map,
experienced.
so you can kind
Oh,
of
thank
like
you.
draw where you've communicated, because you kind of have an idea of where both of them are.
Yeah, so that's where Morgan is, right? Over
Yep.
here in Montezora.
Yep.
About there, I think, roughly.
Yeah,
'cause
just
I'm
just
guessing she'll be
just
North
ab-
Panya.
about just above the M and the O.
Yeah. Because I assume she'd be in her tower rather than
In the
at her
capital, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okie dokie. And then I believe Joseph is somewhere around here.
He did mention volcanic activity, and the one you know of is in Lavastrosa.
Okay. It doesn't seem to, for at least, gone beyond this continent. At the very least. I don't know any magical users around here. And by magical, I mean, wielders of the divine. I just say that in case there's any guards near.
There
Because I
are
know we're
guards
talking
around.
around guards.
I think,
Yeah.
There's about 6 guards around you right now, like you're within touching distance.
Yeah. So you've
My
yeah.
cleric friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say there's nobody
Neither of
you
them.
know. Yeah. There's
You know
nobody
what?
you
Just
know,
just for that, I've got to feel like I've got to make you roll a deception, because that was just like
What else to do? I said magical twice. I was thinking, shit.
Yeah, but it
Damn
didn't
it.
mean it didn't mean anything. All you had to do to explain the situation of saying magical twice were they're in other countries.
All right.
Oh, we got doing further to bed this morning.
It's like, yeah, like, can you please roll a deception check? Yeah, okay. 14 is not bad.
Not too bad. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm rolling with advantage. I do apologise. I'll take it off.
That's why I took the left one.
Yeah. Neither Morgan or Joseph experienced anything.
So it's nothing from outside. So it doesn't seem to have got. So I kind of turn back to the. I kind of include the priest that we'd been speaking to about the magic drop as well. So it doesn't appear to have gone to other countries or other continents.
Oh, that is
Would
good.
you know anybody within the country we could speak to question someone further south?
There's people I could possibly
Also,
send
by the way,
word to, yes. I will try someone in Havelter. And he will quickly do a hand signal and cast sending similar to how Cass did.
yeah, I'm tapped out now, by the way. Which is why I didn't respond back to neither of them. It's like when you get one of them text messages and then the person goes to you and you're like, what do you mean the oven was on fire?
Yeah, so he will go and just go, greetings, this is Brother Blin in Colossal. Do you have any reports of disturbance in your connection with the deities, or any other disturbances with items of magical origin?
Or words to that effect.
Huh?
Or words to that effect.
Yeah. A few moments later. Huh. That's good. It seems they had some disturbance, but only partially. Mostly to the northern parts of the town, but very, very minor. About 80 or so % of the town was unaffected.
So, very minor effects in Havelter.
But only to the northern parts of the town. Central and southern were unaffected.
Sorry, Danny, would I be able to, because I know I don't really want to be getting it out here, but am I able to almost like see the map that Penelope did in my head? Not did, but you know the one that she produced for us, which had the X's on it.
Yep.
Can I see this without getting the map out? Is what I'm trying to ask. Brilliant.
You're
Yeah,
looking for that red
the-
X
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's that one there. That's what I'm thinking.
The red
is that
X
if it's not
is-
got all the way down to.
Yeah, because I'll reaffirm what the markings are for you guys and obviously people watching, because there's a lot of different marks. The yellow lines are just the borders between territories of the clans. The green X's are the capitals of each section. The blue circles are for Boomer. They're the
Yeah.
alchemy studies.
Alchemy.
The red ones were the marks given from the map from Penelope. You don't know
So
what
it's
they
that
are.
red one at the top.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't know what they are or what they're for, but
Well, no,
obviously
that-
they are clearly points of interest to Sola, at least, because she was the one that had the map.
I mean, we do have a working theory at the present moment, which is that each of these red marks are a location of one of the four, because we do know it to be four, potential, like, underground facilities. Like, that's what they use in the connections, because the one next to Fossil Girl was almost in the perfect spot for where the other library was. So
It's actually the
we're making
exact same
wishing-
spot.
Yeah, that is the
Yeah.
library.
That was
that's why
the
we're
library,
making a logical theory, but I personally, okay, I will talk to you guys later about it, because
Yeah.
this is out of character.
Oh no,
like to
I
say.
imagine,
It's-
I imagine, like, what you're saying now is kind of your inner thoughts rolling in your head. This is like Cass's thoughts. Wait, there was a mark on the map. No, it's got to be them.
Yes,
It's got to
but-
be. I'd imagine it's all in your head, and obviously you'll explain it later.
Uh,
A few,
Right.
like, about a couple moments later, like, Mello will quickly say to you guys,
I thought his name was Blinn.
no,
Mela, the elf that you've
bard.
got with you.
Yelp
Yes,
bard.
I do apologise. I'm getting
Yeah, no,
the
it's
elves
fine,
and
it's fine.
pirates mixed up. I do
Yeah, no,
apologise.
Brother Blinn was the one who just cast the sending spell. Mela is the bard that you brought with you, which did nothing because that was my fault.
Did you forget?
No, everything kind of just happened, and yeah, I forgot.
It's alright. I know
forgot.
what it's like when you're in combat.
I forgot.
It's a
But,
lot.
yeah. Oh fuck. I need to go. I'm going to check on Vim, make sure he's okay. So please, keep yourself safe, and I will see you soon. Yes. As
We'll see you soon.
she,
If there's anything you need, and you do need to get in contact with us quicker,
Let us know.
just a simple spell would work.
oh, don't worry. If I need your assistance, I will find you. So please, I need to make haste. As she will cast Dimension Door and just quickly vanish. And thank you, Mind Players, for the raid. Hello, Pink. Hello, Hawk. Spajoink. Keyline. Beautiful. So,
Bye.
no, they're good people, they are. They've run a D&D campaign as well on Saturdays, but they start earlier than we do, so I usually get to watch them for a little bit. But yeah, so Mello will quickly cast Dimension Door and go and check on Vim. And she seemed a little bothered, and you can see as the cleric starts to work on Aper, who's still unconscious at the moment. Right, well now we know the source of the disruption. Please, guards, if you will escort this lady to the church, we can try to have a closer look at this and see if we can have this removed, yes? And the guards will...
Watch out!
Right, go on, you were saying?
Watch out for that arm. I was going to say, watch out for that arm.
Right.
It's,
No, got that, that's fine. Right. You two, grab our legs, you two grab our arms. I'll stay with you, Blinn. Right, thank you. And they will take her and go. And they, like, and one of the, as the guard who's walking with Blinn goes to leave and goes, Right. The three of you, thank you for, no, sorry, 6 of you, thank you. Trust you have everything you need. We'll come back and get some statements off you later. Is that okay?
of course, I'll probably be staying at the tavern tonight.
Right, well that's good. The squadron will be out from there in a while, and once they catch up, we'll get some people over to you to get some statements. And then, yeah, and I'd imagine he stopped and then turns to catch up with the rest as the 5 cleric, 4 guards with Aper get taken to the church to perform a procedure to remove the dead woman switch from inside her stomach. You guys are left.
Yeah,
The dead of night.
yeah. Persephone,
Yes.
could you do as a small favour and just go and check to see which ships are probably leaving quite quickly at the moment? Just make a note of which ones.
Certainly. See you in a bit, and I'll pop out and go to the dock.
Vian kind of gives a small wave to Persephone and then just kind of hovers near Cass, kind of staring at all the people with just kind of a vacant smile.
No, that's perfectly fine, yeah. So, are you stealthing, Persephone?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I nearly said
blend
Persephone
into
then and I had to stop myself.
I like to blend into the crowd.
No, that's why I went Persephone. Because of...
I think I am stealthing with that.
No, that is a perception
think
check.
you
Not
could-
self.
Oh, that's a perception. Oh, I clicked the wrong one.
But to be fair, you spot all the ships that are trying to leave.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll not going to be a complete ass. I'll let you keep it. But for perception, not for stealth. Okay, so
Yeah.
you keep low, you keep quiet, and you move from shadow to shadow, area to area, alleyway to alleyway, and you make your way to the dockyard. You don't... Fuck's sake, Alagan. You don't see much in the way of activity, personnel-wise, but it has been some time. You do, however, see one ship that is pulling out of the dock and is attempting to maneuver itself to leave, as its bow was in the dock, so it had to pull itself out, turn and go. That ship was the Ruby Splendor. I'd say you catch
Do I
this.
recognise anyone on there that I may have seen in the on the arena as such?
No, not really. The people you can see maintaining the rigging and adjusting the sails all look to be hardy ship workers and things like this. You don't see anyone of particular importance or prominence that would look like or matches anything that you saw in there. Okay. But
There's
you
nothing
do see,
else.
there are currently no other ships prepping to leave or no other major activity you can see, but the ship named the Ruby Splendor, she herself is leaving. Or at least is in the process of.
I'm gonna stick around for a bit and obviously just keep my head down and just blend in, see if anything else moves in the next like half an hour.
That's fair. What about the rest of you back at the main group?
We are. Well, yeah, I said definitely have to go and do that, but otherwise, if we're going to go in. So, what's the next step? Do we try and get some rest? Do we go and try and speak to
Rest would be good.
Rest would be good. Yeah.
Rest it is.
Just so everyone is aware, we will not have any privacy tonight.
I can afford private rooms if that's what everyone needs.
No,
Not quite what we meant, but thanks anyway.
I'm just, yeah, that's very fine. Are you coming to come join us then?
Well, you
Well,
said
that-
something about us having to fight the bad guys, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and we're gonna need to sleep. We're gonna need some rest for that. So,
I was going to say,
Yeah.
it's at this point you kind of realise, Grey and Deer especially, I know Evan kind of got sort of semi-told from the side, because you assumed that like between all the chaos, this trident that's come with was kind of just a part of the chaos and you know, just... But when everyone starts to leave and she stays and you guys kind of like, who the fuck are you? Excuse me?
Yeah.
So we're recruiting strangers we've just met again.
Yes.
And for those that are watching the stream, if you look to the
How we
last
all
name,
met.
I was going to say, if you look to the last name on the list, she has been officially added to the party because the players took an extreme liking to both Alagan and Vian.
and the screwing over of Danny screwing over any more NPCs.
That's the real plan. It's
that
how
was-
when they mess with
yeah.
Dan's plans to kill the NPCs.
I wasn't even gonna, you fuckers.
We're just doing this for your character's own good.
Okay. Have it your way. A Tarask comes over the mountain. It comes and it's hungry and it has eyes for just you. Michael. Not Evan. Michael. I'm coming for you, fucker.
Don't Tarasks have
Danny-
no wisdom and no ends?
I punch it anyway.
Yeah. Okay,
You
but
fuck's
Danny,
Yeah.
I'm not a French nun. The actual story of the Tarask. French
Oh.
nun beat it.
Wait,
It's an actual monster.
Oh, okay.
which one
We're
is it?
getting real off track.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Anyway.
Danny tried to put me in his game, therefore I fucked him over.
Oh, okay.
I don't consent to this. I don't like this.
Sorry, I believe we should maybe introduce ourselves properly
Oh,
to
no.
our new friend and have an introduction from her.
I'm not
this is what we
animating
do in
dead,
polite
sorry.
society. Dia.
Nobody's getting
This
animated.
is Dia. Or Dancing Reindeer, I believe his name was.
That is his full name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said once, and I think Cass would remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dia is a druid of questionable circumstances.
I just got my doll outside the moment playing feet.
You've got you,
Such
what?
a great
Hang on.
reference there.
My
You've got-
doll thing.
Your
Remember
boat.
the metal doll?
Oh, the one that Cass desecrated for you.
Oh, down, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. The one she broke.
Yeah.
So yeah, you currently see Vian, this slightly shorter but average-sized tabaxi for the most part, fondling and like kind of half hugging this
I think
scrap metal formed humanoid figurine.
Oh, Shorty
If I
Club.
remember lightly, he looks like an actual tabby cat,
Yes.
just bigger. He's not like a leopard or anything, he is a tabby cat. He's adorable.
He's a calico,
He's
yes.
best boy. Yes, calico. Which is weird because in actual cats, only calicos are all female.
Well,
So-
in the rare case there is a male one, they're sterile as well, so yikes.
Like,
That's too much information.
It's true though. See,
That is an
see,
interesting character
hang on,
backstory.
see. Not only do we entertain, but we bring you knowledge. Yes.
I tried that earlier and everybody shut me up because we were getting off track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but mine was funny.
But mine
Fian-
is factual and historical.
Fian double checks that she still has her gloves on and then holds out her hand kind of expectantly in the deer's direction. And I realize it's a cat, but that's the... Anyway,
It's the cat.
Don't.
Easy.
the deer
I just
cat.
want-
It wasn't in character.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah.
Boom would have gone with the priest so he can have a little look at this arm.
Ooh.
Okay. No,
But it might come in handy.
fine.
He's
Well done,
intrigued.
Liam. That was terrible.
Fuck's sake. But no, that's fine. They would allow you to come with and like watch and stuff. Because
They would have assisted where
the beauty of this going down in the northern section, not every single guard knows who you are, but you guys have gained enough notoriety. That word.
Notoriety?
Notoriousness.
Notoriety.
That one. The one Michael said.
I prefer my version.
But in a
Yeah, we know,
good,
but yours
yeah,
is
I couldn't say it, but in a good way.
That's why I prefer my...
A decent number of guards at least recognize you, and you're not just you there. You're in trouble. Like, don't go anywhere. Like, they kind of know and trust you, given that the ruling clans have marked you as employees of them. You guys have at least some trust, so something like that is more than possible without question. And you guys have noticed this, like, you guys are being treated slightly different than what you was probably expecting, but for the better. Not too much so. But yeah. So,
So yeah, this is Dia. Dia. I'm just imagining that Vian's holding her hand out, like
Yeah.
as in,
I'm looking to scale my doll more. Just, yeah. I just do not know what to do with the hand. Wait, are you offering it like a pet or
No,
shape?
he's offering it like for a handshake.
Okay, I'll shake the hand. I thought you might have your hand to a dog. That's not what she was doing.
And for note,
God.
Tritons in general are about 5 foot, and Vianne's got a dancer's body, so that puts her at like 4'9", so she's actually in the shorty club despite being a medium creature.
I will shake the hand.
Yeah, I thought she wanted the doll off him.
For fuck's sake, man.
That is a 5-minute handshake. Okay, who's next? We might get to the end of these before the end of the session.
Yeah, so you've already met Persephone, the blue-skinned sea elf that has just left, and Boomer, who was the halfling gentleman.
It was just
This is Evan, and I will point out the human man. He is a paladin.
Her eyes kind of go wide, like she's seen like an actual real-life knight for the first time kind of situation, despite all the guards that she's used to interacting with.
okay.
Okay.
It's like oh wow, I like oh great, like the I would say the shiny plate armor is kind of obscured with my own blood all kind of still smeared across it.
But she still looks at you like many of the fans that Eventine has seen before.
Long time since I've seen any of those.
And
nice to meet you.
carry on.
And the last one is Greytail Rose.
I know, I was trying to do it, but I thought that Evan was going to shake a hand or something, or do at least something.
I thought that was going to happen, but given the fact, it sounds like I'm just getting like the wide-eyed, like a knight in real life eyes. I think it's just a high, and that's all that seems to be. And then,
oh no,
distracted Greytail.
Okay. Yeah, and then this is Greytail. He's a tabaxi, not a cat. He punches
Never say
things.
cat.
Yeah, never say cat. And I'll point towards the grey-furred tabaxi in a gi. I think you're wearing, aren't you? Like a
Yep.
monk's. Yeah.
Party uniform.
With
Yeah.
with the tail, with the tail being used as the belt.
Well, I believe. Hang on, if I pull out your token, Matt, I think you actually found an art piece that was
It's pretty much spot on, yeah.
It's pretty damn close. So let's just. There
Why
we go.
is it so big?
So you can see it easier.
Oh,
But the tail's wrapped around the waist.
Yeah, rather than a belt. Yeah, it's your tail.
what about Big Deer?
Giant ear.
Yeah, she goes for another delicate handshake to the second tabaxi.
Yeah, I take the handshake with adding a bow as well.
Everybody, this is Vianne. She came to our aid. Well, to my aid personally, when we were within the arena. When I slapped somebody. Which is, I've not slapped somebody in a while, so I was a little rusty. It didn't really do much.
Can I
this
ask
is
some
Vianne.
questions?
Depends on the questions.
Have you seen Noise Colin?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Not the other one. Not the other one. Not the other question.
You
Okay?
don't know what the other question is, though, do you?
She kind of stares, just in confusion for a minute. She's like, I've seen ice before. Do you need ice? I can help with that.
Not at the moment, but that could be handy in future, actually.
Oh no! I've just realised what you've thought of. Oh no, Liam! I've just realised why he needs ice.
Oh
dear.
Oh no!
I think it's worse than
The
that
ice
because
cream.
Yep.
Ice cream.
yeah, but Danny,
Yep.
if I remember correctly, Vianne's part of a trading family, right?
No, yeah. She's in the logistics side of it.
Yeah, but it's still a trading company, right?
Yep.
That's severe connections to already get his ice cream like international.
Yeah, but
Yep.
she's currently kidnapped, so it might be hard to tap into those connections.
But you could just
Oh,
walk. You
no.
probably
Wait,
just
did
walk
we
around
do
his
the
house.
kidnapping?
You know-
Whoa. You
Oh
just
my-
said
are we
she's
the
currently
bad guys?
kidnapped.
I mean,
You know what baffles me? The fact that you've got a mimic vessel, a mimic ship, that you're planning on using an ice cream van. You've now just got a new bard, which is going to be the ice maker. What the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
I mean, yeah. This is what happens. You know, this is what happens when we let random things happen, Danny. You remember what random things feel like?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
But what was your other question? Go on then. I will allow you to. Well, I'm not going to allow you to do anything. You can do what you make your own decisions. Continue, dear.
Oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble if I ask it.
Go on.
Do you want to build a country?
I think I already. She starts doing like math in her head, which isn't really big math, but for her it looks like big math. I think I already do. I don't know if I can. You have 2 countries? Is that allowed? Do I just eat the other one? How does this?
I mean,
She seems to get confused by the politics of it all.
I don't know. I look to Cass for help.
I need a drink. And Cass will just walk into the tavern. Straight in. Gone. Left the conversation.
So yeah, you head towards the Blooming Tankard, which is the place you've stayed at before. Just for something a bit stiff, because like between the events of the night. Oh, fuck off!
I knew you'd say that. I really knew you'd say that, Liam.
Oh, fuck's sake! For a
This isn't an X-rated channel, mate. Calm down.
for a stiff drink. Hello, Ralph.
We didn't get the all out yesterday. That's the problem. It's gonna come out today now.
But yeah, you head to the Blooming Tankard for a stiff drink, because the events of the evening and other situations seemingly going on perplex Cass to a point where that is probably one of the only solaces that she has. But let's take a sidestep to Boomer, as I believe you're going to find something interesting. Apa is carried by the guards to the church, which is only about 150, 200 foot away at most, through a couple streets, through back alleys and things like that. She's taken into the back room and laid on an altar. Thank you, Liam, for the boom. I forgot to disable the stickers, but they're not an issue. Where Brother Blinn just gets a couple of utensils and tools and things and starts beginning to prepare a procedure to surgically remove the magic item that, if activated, could kill the person who has it. And to prevent this, because the guards need this lady alive, and you know, it's not the best. Do you just watch, or do you get involved to any degree?
If they need assistance, I would get my hands dirty.
They don't need your assistance. It was just more asking, because obviously I know Boomer's an inquisitive little fella, isn't he?
Yeah, it'd help where he can.
About 5-10 minutes go by. I'm going to make a medicine check to see how this procedure goes.
Please don't get in that one.
Not bad. I will say it's advantage because there would be people assisting. Alright.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It works. It
Not,
works
on-
indeed.
not only does it work, but the item is extracted with enough precision that it doesn't damage the item. And as far as you can hear Blinn explaining, this thing is entirely functional. And what they want to do with it is, you hear them. He's speaking with the other clerics, and I'm imagining you're just hearing the other conversation. He wants to get a Duffy box for it and have it sealed in the vault. Then,
Ooh.
as he mentions the vault, has anyone checked to make sure the seals are still working on the vault? You can't. When he says the word, and it's like you watch his face like, oh shit.
What? Uh-oh.
It has all gone wrong.
Guards, if you don't mind, stay here, please. Look after her. She's stable. She's fine. I'm going to take this. I'm going to get it sealed away. We need to check the vault. Brothers, sisters, please come with me. Do you follow, or do you stay here?
Is anyone else staying around with her?
The guards are staying with Apa, so the 6 guards that are currently in the church, you've got the captain and the four that carried, and another one that was acted as guard. They're all going to stay with Aper. Blin and 3 other clergy members, 2 male, 1 female, are going to go downstairs to the vault.
I'll go down and assist. See what's happening.
You make your way downstairs, and you go down 3 flights of stairs. Bearing in mind this is on the ground floor as it was. So you've now gone probably 40 or so feet underground. The passageways are narrow, but there are torches, normal torches, so they are still lit. And currently the item is being held by Blin, but in a delicate way that he's afraid that there may be some influence from it or anything, and not taking any chances.
Yeah.
2 of the clerics go ahead and shout back, "Brother Blin, there's been a problem. One of the guards here has been killed." And as you all start to catch up, you can see that just with the flickering lights, you can just make out the corpse in this faded room of a clergy guard that is face down, spear broken and to the side, and the 2 large stone doors, one is left slightly adjacent where it's not been fully shut. Oh no. Please, we need to be careful. We don't know who's in there or how many.
I can summon a cannon to assist.
Please, that would not be wise. There are many sacred artifacts in there, many of which are extremely dangerous. If any of the boxes get damaged, it could prove very, very bad.
I know booming.
Okay.
Yeah, boom and no booming. And he will hand the artifact.
Boom and no.
He will hand the artifact to the lady to his right. Oh, I will keep sure of this. Thank you. Blin, please be careful. Don't get yourself hurt. Don't worry, I won't. And he will, like, you'll see his hand glow as he casts light on his glove, and kind of hold it ahead of himself, and using his right hand to hold a spell of some sort, you don't know what. And we'll just slowly start edging towards the door and just taking a look and just carefully scanning the room. Again, if you want to do anything, just interrupt me as I'm speaking, because otherwise
I'll probably get an eye to that myself. And
yeah, because this is all NPCs and you're watching this, I will play it as a cutscene, but if you ever want to interrupt to do an action or something, just say, okay?
Yeah, so I'll get an item out and obviously put a bit of light on it as well.
Okay, and I'm assuming, do you like follow behind Blin?
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll kind of just put his left hand to the gap in the door and you watch the light spread in, and you can see that there is multiple dozens of boxes, black metal with arcane runes that are currently glowing and pulsing just ever so lightly with this like very fine, delicate blue etching all over it.
Would I recognise any of the markings?
Ooh. Make a Arcana or a Religion check. DCs are different, depending on which one you pick.
On it.
Damn. You notice that these are dampeners and sealing runes. They are designed to dampen magical influences of things that they're placed upon and make them much, much weaker or far less influent. Not only that, but you can see that the boxes are all made of lead, that you can see. All of various different sizes, some ranging for like the size of your fist, like small jewelry boxes. Others range into large trunks and chests. What's in them, you have no clue. As Blin calls out, "Whoever is in there, show yourself. We're aware of what you've done, and your punishment will be far less severe if you hand yourselves in now." And there's no response. He will gently, with his right hand, just reach out and pull the stone door and just slowly make his way in, just sidestep his way in and leaving the door as shut as possible. as then the light in his hand just kind of illuminates the room, and you can see that the roof goes almost to the actual surface. Like, it's a very, very tall building. It's almost as tall as the chapel on the top is, like an entire one underneath, but this is just an entire thickly made and well defended stone vault.
It's like a massive library.
But filled with
In essence.
these large black lead boxes, all pulsing. And so basically, think of this as like a really creepy, low budget like rave, as these blue lights just kind of pulse in many different directions. It's very, very faded and very slow, as you're just being hit. And it's fairly well lit in here, like given all these lights, these blue lights, and they're bouncing off the metal and reflecting and refracting. And he makes his way in, and you follow. And he walks and goes. And you'll make a perception check just to kind of have a look around. Do you have a look around as well? If so, make a perception check.
Oh yeah.
Good at medicine. Got fucking terrible eyes, but you, however. What you notice, as Blinn is looking for people and looking for anyone hiding in the shadows and things like that, you actually notice, because like it's in kind of like corridor sort of things where these boxes have made like corridors that you can walk down. And as you're walking down one of the central corridors, you notice there's a gap in the, I'm going to say wall, but it's these boxes.
Yeah.
As you can see, and you can see that something was there at some point because there is some dust. And you can see the outline of a couple of boxes, 3, that are no longer there.
I'll quickly tug at his robe light and just point in the direction.
And when you point it out, he does see it. And oh, God's help us. Right.
What's missing?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but we'll have ways to find out and we'll make sure. But the fact that anything is missing from in here is not a good sign. There is a reason.
Oh, yeah.
There is a reason items like these are in here and in these boxes. We must leave. We must reseal the vault. We must deal with our kin, and we'll need to check our records.
Indeed.
You kind of watch as there's a considerable level of stress as like there's a big problem coming up here, and you know when someone's like, I'm gonna have to tell my boss this, like sort of thing. He's got that type of, oh fuck.
Yeah.
You can already see the paperwork.
It's a bit more than the paperwork he's seen.
It's his career flashing before his eyes.
Yeah. Right. And you and him will quickly, let's just quickly check to make sure there's no other boxes missing. So, just 1, 2, 3. Okay. Right. And you will go through, and it only seems to be that 3 are missing. Going through, taking time, checking methodically and carefully.
Yeah.
You are led back outside of the vault, and he weaves his hands, and as the door shuts, you can see a flash of like a shimmer of like a translucent light just goes across the door. Right.
Like a force field.
Yeah. It seems whatever caused the disturbance in the weave has caused us quite a bit more predicaments than we thought. Everything is sealed now. Let's make our way upstairs.
Indeed. Would it have been because the magic was down at the time? That could have caused the vault to be unlocked automatically.
Well, the field needs manual inputs to make whole. The fact that whatever happened, create a gap. And whatever happened here, someone knew.
Someone planned this very well.
It seems. Or just took advantage of a very fortunate situation. And And as you guys do that, Persephone, you're at the docks. You watch the ruby splendor, slowly but surely, and once he gets facing the right way, quickly leave the dock. You see, during your time, you probably see another 3 or 4 ships with light activity, lights on and things like this, like in the underdecks and stuff. You can see creeping out of small gaps, windows and such in the ships. Guard activity
Anything
doesn't change.
suspicious?
No, not that you can see. It's extremely quiet. But bearing in mind, this is the dead of night.
Yeah, and which way did the Ruby Sender go?
It went north. And then once it hit the horizon, it could have gone anywhere. But you only saw it for maybe 3 or 4 dozen mile before it went out of your sight.
Okay. I'll head back to the tavern anyway, where the posse's staying.
So yeah, you will make your way back to the tavern. Boomer, is there anything else you wish to do at the church, or do you wish to go and catch up with people? As now the clerics have done their job with Aper. She has a wound dressed from the surgery. The clerics are feverishly working on the issue that they now have. The guards are preparing to transport Aper to one of the detainment facilities.
And what I wanted to look, obviously what they pulled from her in more detail, and obviously her arm.
That the thing they pulled from her, you won't be able to get a look at, because that is now being put into a Duffy box, which you see a small lead box, and is being sealed away rather hastily. The arm, however, you can have a look at before the guards transport her.
Yeah, I want to have it. See how mechanical it is.
Okay. Make a investigation check. I was going to say a tinker tool check, but you're not really tinkering with it, you're just looking it over.
Yeah.
Well, you can see this arm is made, given the weight of it, of solid iron. It's got a number of rivets and stuff, but it's weird. It feels like it's about 3 or 4 kilo in weight. This is a heavy thing, but it doesn't seem to pull. Like, you'd expect something to be attached to the forearm, because this is a prosthesis arm. Something to be attached like that and so heavy, you'd think would, like, dislocate a shoulder, like, rip it from its socket and, like, you know, do some serious damage, but it doesn't. Although it feels weighty and very, very heavy, it doesn't seem to have... It has the pull and effect of something far, far lighter. It's quite odd and deceptive, and you notice on the rivets that make up this arm, you can see arcane inscriptions and script written on it, and it moves again. Although it's solid iron and has no actual mechanisms, no engineering, no joints, no nothing, it's completely solid. It flows and moves and is even very faintly warm, like a real arm, as this prosthetic seems to be enchanted.
I'm a real boy!
As this prosthetic seems to be enchanted in such a way that the metal morphs and moves as if it is a real arm, and has not... It's much colder than her, but it's not as cold as just bare metal would be. It's kind of like a weird in-between. Whatever enchant has been done, it's to make it mimic a real arm, just with the visuals of a solid metal arm.
Hey, I'm going to cast Detect Magic then. I want to see what type of magic this is.
Now I've got to quickly pull up the magical classes to see which one this would fit in most. It'd probably be a Conjuration, I would probably say, but let me double check that.
What? The magic to the arm?
Yeah.
It probably won't be Conjuration. Yeah. It would probably be Transmutation as the closer.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, that's a solid point. Yeah, because I've just pulled them up now. Yeah, it would come under Transmutation magics, and it's a fairly complex but not particularly strong item.
Mm.
You can see that there are ways to disable it and things like this, but that's up to you if you wish to do that.
I'm open to acquire it.
You're gonna steal.
But I don't think.
You're gonna steal Apa's arm.
Blame you.
It's a mechanical arm. He's intrigued.
But it's also
Attached to the bone.
well,
Yeah.
not only that as well. But I was gonna say it's also as big as your torso in terms of length. Because don't forget, Apa's a tiefling, and
You're a halfling.
from mid way up the upper portion of her arm, right the way down is probably about 2.5 foot. You're about 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
This thing's pretty big.
Still don't blame you.
I mean, it's up to you. What are you doing?
Well, I'll say to like the priests and the guards, like, this thing's still alive. If this thing randomly activates, you're going to be in a heap of trouble. So it either needs disabling or removing.
Then can you do that?
I can certainly try.
Well, please go ahead. Last thing we would want is this to go haywire and start causing trouble. So do what you need to do if you think you need it doing.
Indeed. Perhaps it might be an idea as well to take the arm off her.
And is this something you also can do?
Not surgically, but I think some assistance I should be able to get it done.
Very well. Well, at least seek to disable it and we can inquire about you performing further later. We would like to get this woman to detainment as soon as possible to prevent any possible escape.
Yes. And then I'll go around and...
A Tinker Tool check.
Please don't fail me now.
Why do I get the feeling that the best way to describe Boomer right now is rocket? Let me get that off.
Okay. You successfully manipulate some of the runes, and what you notice is that a couple of the rivets have purposely been left in such a way that the runes can be inverted, which disables the magic that animates it. And you go about using a couple of your tools to manipulate these rivets, to invert the runes, to make the item... It's not inert, but at least disabled. It's still very much magical with the transmutation effect, but it can no longer function under its current condition. It's not broken, it's easily reversible.
Yeah,
you do this after about 15-20 minutes or so. As now the prosthesis, where you was able to manipulate and move it, the second you invert the last rivet that you spotted, it goes completely stiff, like a solid piece of steel that's been forged into the shape of. And you watch as the metal arm then as it like you kind of half let it go and it falls off the altar. You watch as it goes to pull Apa off the table, as it's now got full effect of being a metal arm, and you quickly place it back, and doesn't cause any damage, but as you can see now, it looks and acts as it should under natural physics.
Just flop.
Oh, it's kind of like stuck in like a weird like bent shape, as like, because I'd imagine you were half manipulating it, turning it as it's then frozen.
Yeah.
And you've successfully disabled Apa's arm.
There we go. You should have no more trouble from it.
Right. Well, please go with the rest of your compatriots. We'll send someone over in the morning to speak with you. It's late now. You people should get your rest, but
of course
we'll try to be there first thing.
And I'll head up, skipping away, excited by the new discovery.
And after some time, both Boom and Persephone will meet up with the rest of the group at the Blooming Tankard. People are in the main area, a couple drinks in maybe, which complimentary, of course, of the skulls.
I would, of course, be a very good lad, and well, definitely, I would just walk to the bar and say, "A pint of ale, please, my good sir."
Served to you with no issue. There you go. That'll be. Oh, no, never mind. I've seen it. It's fine. And he kind of like catches himself that you've got paperwork. I'll charge it accordingly.
Fian follows along and just puts 10 gold on the table anyway.
Thank you. And he kind of scoops it very eagerly. Thank you. Your very, very generous tip is very much appreciated. If there's anything that you... and he kind of looks at the coin again and he's kind of watching Puffy's cheeks. If there's anything that you need, please let me know and I will see to it that it's done. And he puts it in his pocket and like kind of... And he's now gripping the top of his pocket, keeping that thing shut.
So it turns out VN doesn't need magic to charm people.
No, just money.
Just slightly lean back and whisper, "It's free, you don't have to pay."
Vian pulls a flask out of her bottomless purse and kind of just holds it next to the bottle. It's like, what do you mean don't have to pay? Like, I mean, that's just a courtesy. You leave that as like a tip, don't you? Like, you like their service, they treat you well, so you tip them?
Yeah. Not 10 gold, tip.
Maybe breaking up quite considerably.
This is
not a 10 gold tip. Maybe a couple of silver. Maybe
this is where
gold at max.
This is where Vian goes. Wait, that's the smallest tip I've ever left.
I thought I was undertaking, if anything.
I mean, this is just my day money. This is just for walking around with. I might as well spend it all before the end of the day. And she gives a jingle to a much smaller gold bag.
We're gonna have to educate you on how hard life is out here. Not
the value of money.
Not being funded by parents or something.
Speaking of which, where would they be? Did they get out?
I'm just gonna slip something in the Discord real quick.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'd imagine the two of them end up back at the table, and as that bit about the parents is coming up.
Okay, yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a thing. Yeah.
Oh, we like you. We really do.
Yeah, just for clarification for those that are watching, what she's done is she's just shown a screenshot because this was meant to be an NPC. The coin purse of said Vian, just the platinum pieces is set at 575.
Yeah,
she was supposed to be a loot pinata to catch the party up on gold, and I mean, she does that.
Yeah. This is where now at realization everyone's like, right, we're buying 10 business, we're buying 2 taverns, 3 kitchens, and a general store.
I am eyeing up my sleight of hand.
Well, you don't quite know it's there just yet, but you know.
Don't steal from the party. She's now the party.
The gold is her carrying money that is outside. All of the rest of her everything is inside of her bottomless, effectively Prada purse.
Essentially a bag of holding, yeah.
Oh,
but it's like I'd imagine it's to look like a clutch purse. Is that what we went with?
Oh, a little bit bigger, but yeah, the giant like going to the beach kind of designer purses.
Yeah. I'm with you.
But no, in regards to her family, like out of context, she kind of just disappears for a while, and she usually shows back up with an entourage, which is really good for a family in her line of work. So they usually assume that her being missing is a good thing until she's missing for too long.
Okay. We're assuming they got out. I think most people got out, didn't they?
For the most part, yeah. A lot of the main clientele left almost straight away when things started to get really, really hairy.
Okay.
Yeah, she's infamous for leaving halfway through to begin with.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a flighty one.
Right. So yeah, I'd then just join the party at the table, and I'd hand over what was seen at the docks, and obviously I stuck around a bit longer to see if anything else, and I mentioned the direction the ship went, but when it went outside, no idea. It could still be going north, east, west, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, Boomer would have also got Cass and Evan to one side. Report his findings.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's
someone-
see.
So somebody
Yeah.
went church robbing.
Yeah. I would recommend that until we can do this telepathically, we keep what we say down to a minimum. And I know this is paranoia, but still,
Someone is out to get us.
yeah. And the fact
Yeah.
that they specifically targeted this town where we were also in is a little suspicious. But yeah, tomorrow.
Could be a
Have a chat.
coincidence. But
There's
Yeah.
no such thing as coincidences. Yeah, I don't believe in coincidences.
Yes, I was kind of hoping you'd have your spell ready. But I'll,
Unfortunately, calling up our friends has depleted my magic reservoirs for today.
Okay.
Oh no.
So what did you use your 4th level spell on?
We don't have 4th level.
Do we not? I'm lost. I'm
No.
confused. We used all
We've only got
third.
3rd level.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you've
think-
only-
I'm
you-
Yeah,
thinking
we're
of
already,
different
we're already
spells.
level 6. We're level
Sorry,
6 at the
sorry,
moment,
I
not level
was sorry.
7.
I was wishful thinking.
It's fine.
Wait, what's the sweet business?
Yes, we know.
I will say, Dia and Cass. No, yeah, Dia and Cass. As you both at the table and you're talking, you both notice Mella come down, go to the bar, grab 2 bottles of what looks like not wine but like a harder liquor, and go upstairs with it.
Does she, how does she look? Does she look okay? Upset? Does she look worried, or just, her usual kind of effervescent personality?
Insight check.
Okie dokie.
Regardless of insight levels, Vian's just gonna kind of wave at what seems to be a familiar person walking around the room because she saw her. Wasn't that the same Bart that was?
She
yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah, she just kind of waves vacantly.
She doesn't.
Hi, I recognize you.
She doesn't like look over across the room, whereas normally she would. She just kind of it's like to the bar, to the stairs. Yeah, she's definitely off kilter, Cass. You notice that when she speaks to the barman, you watch for during the interaction the normal Mella that you've seen come back for a little bit. The second she turns, it drops back to when you see her come down the stairs. She looks bothered.
Cass just kind of tilts her head a second before turning back to the rest of the group, knowing something. Yeah. If she
Yeah.
needed us, she said she'd call on us. And it won't do good to go sticking our nose in our allies' business.
Yeah, as you see her grab 2 red translucent bottles, both full, both corked, and goes upstairs with them.
Cool. I'm going to go get some rooms. I think rooms are a good idea. It is currently, I'm guessing, sometime after midnight, because we have been running around all night. And yes,
And all day.
I believe sleep is in order. Yes, and all day. I don't think we've actually slept properly for a week now. How many rooms do we need? Because I keep asking this, but I'm not quite sure who's sharing with who nowadays.
We was just going to go back to the Derek, carry on with the rings a bit.
No.
The Derek's still about a day away.
Yeah, we don't go to the Derek yet. We're still trying to be careful.
The Derek comes back the Derek comes back later today.
Yes, because we sent him away from the docks.
You do.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
went out on
Yeah.
the Derek, and then we said, right, Derek comes back on the fourth. I think it was on the fourth day, basically.
Mhm.
So he will be back.
Guards are expecting us here as well.
Boomer, I think today you don't need to work. Just some rest. Actual rest. What do you do when you're not tinkering?
I normally like watch cannons go boom.
Maybe don't do that
Another
here.
question. Yeah.
They're
Do
only
you
back
like
at
to
home
read?
anyway.
Do you like to read or paint or listen to music, or what do you like to do as a hobby?
I think tinkering is his hobby.
Tinkering is my hobby.
Yeah, but you've got to have multiple hobbies, or if you just focus on one thing, it becomes an unhealthy obsession, and then you make things go boom around us, and sometimes that can be dangerous. So
It's worked
Yeah,
out so far well for me.
no, it didn't. When we met you, you were about to be chucked off the side of a boat. It didn't go well for you, my friend.
Got any more upgrades for my staff? You can play with that.
I was trying to get him to do something else, Gray.
If it's what he enjoys. I'm just going to go and sleep. So
He'll just end up in the room and just carry on with the sending stone.
Okay.
For
Wait,
a couple
no,
hours.
you finished the sending stone. That's already in the mail.
No, this is another set.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're doing the second set.
I had Penelope made a set and then I started making another.
So hang on. Yeah, we'll sort rooms. So Cass and I sharing. Are other people sharing, or are people going separate?
I can share. I don't mind.
I'm okay either
yeah,
way.
well, sure. It's normally
So-
what me, do, and Boomer.
Oh yes.
We
I
put
take
the
it
boys in a
Persephone is
room.
still dressed at least fairly reasonably, because I know she was dressed for changing into combat, but
So I think we have 4 people who've showed up like ready for high society, and then the rest of us in combat gear.
Yeah.
It's
It's
yeah, Deanna's still
definitely interesting composition.
Yeah.
Deanna's convinced this is how Persephone always dresses and doesn't realize it was a disguise, so she thinks she's just like bestie high society friends with Persephone now.
So you two can share a room then. So that's 3 rooms in total. The boys, the girls, and the mum and dad. There we go, sorted.
Yep.
It's like literally... Okay, I'll go get 3 rooms if that's okay, Danny.
Yeah, they'll be 2 silver a night per room.
We won't be here more than a night, I'm guessing.
So 6 silver for the night.
6 silver.
And,
Thank you.
and
for the
there is
quick
plenty
math.
of room.
I was- Cool.
Is that coming from yours or the
Bedtime.
party?
It came from mine. I paid for tonight.
Okay.
Night time, night time.
I like to provide.
Hang on, I need to add a new column to my list.
What this? Oh, the party bag.
Yes.
Oh, did you take off the money that we spent on for the oh my god, gambling. There we go, that's the word I was looking for.
I didn't. I presume we got that back because everybody else was doing that.
Did we get the money back?
No.
Don't remember.
It just ran out, yeah.
Yeah. The money
Yeah.
you showed at the entrance was just showed. You get to keep that. But any money you
Oh, that's
any
different.
money you gambled
Yeah.
with inside with the bookmakers, you didn't retrieve any.
We didn't gamble.
We didn't
any.
gamble.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay, I was getting confused.
Literally,
with
it
the-
was
the
just a
money you
case of
showed.
what they wanted to do is they wanted to see you had the ability to make purchases, because the last thing they wanted you to do was to bid with no money, and then when they come for the money and you've got, well, I ain't got any. So it was a case of just kind of open your purse. Okay, you've got money, that's fine. Carry on.
So yeah, when just before they all settled down for the night, when Cass and Evan were in a room, and all defancified, like after the party, makeup's gone, clean, fresh face, and all that kind of thing. And she just goes, "Do you reckon the owls are on the Ruby?"
It's possible. I don't really know who left, but if they made a quick dash for it, I've no doubt we'll see them again.
I'm betting on it. We should probably have a chat tomorrow when we can put up a box, but I think Beyond's going to be a good addition.
Should be interesting. So I did feel like a few little pushes of magic around when she was talking to a few people.
She needs a guiding hand.
Yeah, they all
I know.
in this group.
Yeah. So, do you ever feel like sometimes you collect people? Not like that they're a possession, but you just want to be there for them, but at the same time you're like...
Gotta catch him.
No.
I feel like
she
needs our help, if that makes sense. She needs our help.
Well, as you say, it seems that we are apparently collecting people, though not exactly at our own choice.
No. I mean, we've done it for how long so far? Few more years won't harm us too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I think I would like to sleep. I would like to take some rest in a comfy bed. Cage floors are not the most comfortable. And at that point, I kind of as I lie down, I don't do like I will at that point use lay on hands as I finally kind of realised, oh yeah, I'm still massively injured.
Just gonna ask, do you do the oak thing?
Oak thing?
Sorry, no, I can't say it.
What?
I was gonna say, Oak always when he casts a spell touches himself, and I was just going to try and leave.
The spell's called lay on hands, so I would probably put my hand to the cuts and whatever injuries I've got, and let the divine magic heal that.
And he's gonna touch himself, basically.
But no, when Evan's kind of like settled and gone to sleep, Cass will just kind of get up and can she see the moon through the window in the room?
Yeah.
And kind of look up and go, not quite sure if you felt that. I didn't like being completely disconnected.
Make a religion check.
Yeah, you guess I'm calling out to Gorillon.
Yeah. Danny?
Yeah.
Religion.
16. Do I notice her waking up?
Oh, I didn't go to sleep. I was just waiting until you
did I? Yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check, Cass.
Yeah.
And it's DC 16.
I did roll at disadvantage because sleep, but I am used to light sleeping. So.
Why is you're not in heavy armor? At least I hope you're not. But we'll take
take the one on the left. It's automatic because I'm wearing heavy armor.
We'll take the left one. So
most of the time.
You do half wake up, and I'd imagine you probably lie there just listening, don't you?
Yeah. Don't disturb, but I do wake up to notice it. So.
As you're like staring at the moon and you whisper the words out, you almost squint to see. Make a perception check.
Section?
Damn.
29.
You see not one, but 3 shooting stars go from the top left to bottom right in front of the moon, in front of you as you're watching it. And you kind of like blink for a second and they're gone.
I was looking forward to finally meeting you. I have to wait a little while longer. And then she'll kind of head back to her bed and go to sleep.
Is there any other nighttime activities that people wish to perform?
I'll just be
Dodgy!
Yeah, I like no. My face twisted at the second I said initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
well, not dodgy, but I'll just obviously be carrying on making some enchanting the sending stones.
Are you planning? If you do this,
You find, yeah.
you won't be
And you-
able to sleep.
No, it's not going to be the hot stone be for like an hour or two, just to chip away at it.
No, I mean,
It's
like,
not gonna be all night.
This is like you're only a few hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours from dawn at this point. That's the thing. So if you
Here we go,
do,
bed that late.
yeah, you guys have,
It was like midnight when we started the whole.
yeah,
Yeah, it was an evening ball.
yeah. This was a dead at night
Yes.
thing. So at the minute, dawn is closer than midnight at this point. So you can,
then.
but you will get
No.
exhausted. Okay.
I'll just be up early to do a bit of work instead.
Vianne is gonna wash up before bed, and she's gonna, let Persephone know that she plans on washing up and offer if she needs any help with that.
I'll be fine, thank you. Obviously, when I went up with yourself, my character would literally just say, "That's it. I'm gonna get a quick rinse, change, and just lie on the bed in my meditating state."
In that case, off in the corner of the room, Vianna's gonna run wall of water, and then she's gonna shape the water to be purple and semi-opaque. And she's just gonna run herself a shower by stepping into her wall of water.
Yeah. So you manipulate the
Could be.
water to be a repetitive like waterfall, so it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wall of water, but only in one
Yeah,
square.
yeah.
Danny,
Yeah.
Danny,
Go,
right.
no.
I would like to put forward for an inspiration for Vianne for that. Does anyone second?
It's
I'll
definitely
second that because that's
I'll second.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It is definitely interesting.
Well, she's used to being on the move, and not all places, have facilities, and Tritons have control water spells.
Yeah, that is brilliant.
Yeah. So obviously, when I hear the water going, I'd open one eye, looking, what on earth is going on? And I'd see that, I'm like, I'm gonna look at it. Oh my god, you got a portable shower!
And before she actually steps in, she slipped off her dress, but left her chainmail like corset dress underneath. It's like a half slip, half corset.
Shower! Oh my god! Shower!
Because that's metal. That's fine in water.
It's what you're used to. It's how you are most comfortable. So yeah, you do that.
Yeah, because she swims. She just swims not naked, of course. So she just
Yeah, you gotta have some decency. But yeah, you have a purple shower. You get yourself spick, span, and el squeako clean. You step into bed and rest for the evening. Persephone watches with some minor intrigue, feigning meditative state until the end, and then goes into meditative state. What about the rest of you? Nothing? Great. Dear?
I just pass straight out after that fight.
Fair enough.
I need this long rest.
Well, rest comes to you all in different stages and with different levels of ease. You all eventually wake in the morning. You all eventually make your way downstairs. And you all eventually...
Before we go downstairs, though, I'd say to my roommate, because as I put my gear on, I'd be like, that scent you had yesterday, what is it?
she kind of tilts her head in confusion.
That smell? I'm just fascinated. I've never smelt something so nice.
Oh, she walks over to her bag and just fishes around her bag since she has to get ready for the morning anyway. Tugging her dress back out, tugging out some perfume with it, and just holding up the bottle for Persephone to look at and play with.
I'd imagine it's an unmarked vial, as it's probably a bespoke one-off that was made specifically for you.
Of course. and it's got a rich coral smell to it.
Can I try some on myself? Is that okay?
Yeah, be really careful. You want to put like a tiny bit on your finger and then just kind of dab it on your neck and elbows.
And I'd do that, and I'd like be very proud and smug, and it's like, oh, I smell like a proper lady now, sort of thing. Thank you. Let's go for breakfast.
Vian just kind of stares a little confused because she notices Persephone's still dressed, like a rogue and not like the proper lady she was yesterday, and she's just like,
It's a bit weird. She's going out half dressed, like that. That's a great underclothing, but where's the actual outer glaze? Like, where's all the pretty stuff?
Pretty stuff.
But yeah, you will make your way downstairs at different times and in different speeds. You will gather at the table that you're familiar with. You gain yourself some bacon, some eggs, as well as some hunks of bread to eat off of, and morning ale, of course. You notice that Mela is eating downstairs as well, but she's alone. Vim isn't with her at the moment. She's dressed in her normal clothes that when you first met her. What do you guys want to do?
We'd just say good morning and just have a quick check-in with Mela as we go past.
Oh, hello both of you. I hope you had good rest.
Good enough. How was yours?
Interesting. Whatever happened last night wasn't a good experience for Vim.
What are you doing?
He's alive, but given a man of his age and some of the ailments he carries, losing his divine connection did not help. He should be fine in a few days, but he's resting right now. Hello?
Yeah, no, that's... just glad you guys all worked out. Did anything... Thank you for stepping in to assist us. I know it was a bit short notice.
It was interesting to do things again like that. But, yes. It's not a problem.
Thank you. And if there's anything, as I'm sure it's already been said, but if you need anything, don't hesitate to let us know.
She kind of ponders on that for a moment. I will endeavour to do so if it is something that I think you can do. But I think the most important thing for now is to make sure Vim does okay. Yes, that's it. I hope none of you lot had any ill issues from what happened last night. Did you manage to figure out what caused it, or no?
We weren't able to figure out what caused the magic disturbance yet, though we have a few ideas. We do know it didn't go much further than Havilter. Well, the north of Havilter, right, Danny?
Just scraped the northern section of Havilter, yeah.
North of Howler. Now, we don't know.
In terms of northeast and west, you don't know, but at least
Just
southward.
north.
You've got a cut-off line for southward, yeah.
Yeah. You did say like 80% of the town was completely unaffected.
Yeah, it literally was the very outer skirts, like the farmlands and stuff probably would have had some disturbance. But the issue is there as well. Most of the peasantry were unaffected because they don't have any reliance on it. It's only people of higher standing that do because they have it.
Yeah.
Well, that is good. But yes, Vim should be okay once his magics allow him to heal a little bit. The problem is some of his body without his aids are non-functional, shall we say.
Vian tilts her head, kind of having half followed the conversation. I can just tell him to get better. That usually works when I tell other people to do things.
A little bit different from that. But thanks for trying.
I appreciate your willing to help, my dear, but these ailments are a curse of time, not of any illness one can just simply recover from. But I appreciate your offer. But I think it's high time I go and run a few errands. Vim has asked me to gather a few things for him. I'm going to get some now, and hopefully be with him for a bit, give him some assistance physically when needed. So if you
Do you
don't
need
mind.
one of us to look in on him whilst you run your errands?
You're more than welcome to if you wish, but I believe he
Okay.
should be okay. But
I am,
it's
yeah.
up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to suggest the other way around. Do you want me to do the shopping while you stay here?
If you want to, that would be a great help. Yes, it would at least allow me to stay with him longer just in case anything else happens, and God forbid if... Oh, God's... And she looks up. God forbid if anything else like what happened last night were to happen again.
If you have a list, I'll get everything up on it.
I don't have a list, but I could make one. I could give it to you. I can give you...
That'll do.
I can give you some gold, whatever it will cost to cover. So yeah, essentially she will write up a list. She will hand you a fistful of gold. That should be more than enough to cover it and stuff. It's mostly basic supplies and some herbal medicines and things like this. A few different things.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mela will finish off the meal, put the plate on the bar, and just give a warm smile to you all. Thank you for your offer of help. I'll go and see to Vim now. And go upstairs.
Yeah, no, head out. I am quickly becoming a delivery boy more than a fighter.
Yeah. I will allow you to quickly catch Rose up because I know she was away when that explained. Michael,
Sorry, what?
do you want to quickly just catch Rose up because she came back 2/3 the way through that?
Okay. When magic went, it wasn't too good for Vim. I thanked for her assistance, said if there's anything we could do to help. We have offered up to go and do her shopping for her.
Oh,
Yeah, essentially, parts of his divine nature were working as a fucking life support for some of his body. And yeah, having that turned off for 24 seconds really does a wonder. Oh, yeah.
so I missed a shower apparently.
Ah, the
yeah,
magical
yeah.
shower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please remind us of the
go on.
genius there.
Go on, Ash. This is your
Vian
thing.
used wall of water to make a 1 square wide wall of water, which she then shaped water to make opaque and purple, to then take a shower in. And Wall of Water, when the spell wears off, the water just ceases to exist, so it doesn't even leave a mess behind.
Oh my
So,
god, that's pretty cool.
I recommended for an inspiration point there.
It was interesting. It's
Are we in the
pretty-
next day then?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the morning of, and that conversation with Mella about Vim, because you guys came down for breakfast and Mella was eating alone, and Evan, I assumed you would have probably have gone over as well, but obviously you were away, and went over just to kind of thank, how you doing, things okay, and then we're back at full time now.
Would I, if whilst that was going on, had enough chance to nip to the market in town? I would have been very, very quick.
Yeah,
I just want one thing.
as long as it's nothing too
Oh.
complex or rare, then yeah, easy enough.
No, I just want a wooden doll.
Oh, easy enough.
Like,
You-
you know, a bit
Add
like
it to the list.
You'd probably be able to pick up like a decent looking wooden doll for 6 copper maybe.
Cool. And I need a painter's kit because I keep forgetting to buy. Wait, I have got one. Never mind, ignore that.
I was gonna say
And some diamond dust, please.
and some diamond dust.
Yeah, if there's some available.
Miss Penelope would be the best place for that, which there's plentiful supply of. It's the beauty
Is
of
she
having
in
a
town?
one. Yeah,
Ooh, I'm going to quickly nip to Miss Penelope then.
okay.
I will go into her tent.
A bit to come with, or are we splitting up?
Well, I'd imagine she nipped off as you were offering your services as
Oh,
errand
right, okay.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Kaz. How are you doing? We're doing much better than you have been. You always look rather stressed.
Yeah. I'm trying to work on that.
I will bear in mind you are speaking to one of the simulacrums. This is not the main one.
Yeah. Where is your fearless leader, shall we say?
She's currently working on a few new things to put in the shelves. And I will notice, you know how normally before you had to put money in the bowl and depending that would change the store, whereas now she's gotten used to you to a point where they put the main coin in to to show access to everything, so you get full store view now. She's working hard on a few different things, but she's working herself very hard, but not too much. We're making sure of that to relieve her as much as we can.
That would be great. Next time that, we're in the same city, I'd like to extend an invitation of afternoon tea, if she is ever available. Much to discuss, as you understand.
I can certainly let her know for you, and I'm sure she'll be able to let you know as soon as she can.
I'll let the others know. Also, can I have some diamond dust, please, and a few other components?
Certainly. Just let me see how much we've got in. Oh, that's a problem. We do have some, but not much. Only about 30 gold's worth.
Oh.
It seems.
I'll just take 25 gold's worth, please.
Yes, apologies. It seems because sometimes Penelope takes some for her use in her experiments. It seems she may have taken a bit more than I was aware of.
That's all right. No need to worry.
What was else you were looking for by any chance?
Quite all right. May need to visit you another time.
Are you
I think, at
sure?
this stage. Yes, quite sure. Thank you though for your time. I do appreciate it.
Oh,
Unless you have anything interesting on offer.
Well, we have plenty of good things on offer. Allow me to quickly pull up, because I do actually have a rough stock list. I just want to quickly have a browse through. Because there is there is a few dozen different things. We have a number of different things. Are you looking for something more on the expensive end, or something more conservative?
Somewhere between the two. Starting off at conservative and moving slightly up. I don't have that an incredible bottomless vault of money.
That
I
you
could
know
spend
of?
a little. Yes, I don't know yet. I know everyone was like going to start stealing from you, but Cass would never.
Stealing? No.
Well,
Borrowing.
and
Borrowing without consent is stealing, my friend.
looking around at some of the different things. Tell you one thing that may be of use to you. I'm not entirely sure. And she will point out a pair of elbow-length velvet gloves that have got like they're like a dark purple with like a webbing of silver across the back. These help catch things that are shotted towards you if you need. Not the most practical for a lady like yourself, but it's hardly a nice thing when people are shooting arrows and the like at you, so these help catch and snare such things, and then you can do with them as you wish.
It's not really my area, and I know someone who would be able to use them, but he does quite well without them.
No, that's quite alright. Some of the more cheaper items, as you can see, are not tailored for someone like yourself, which is an unfortunate thing, and I will definitely be speaking with her to try and get some more interesting
It's
items.
quite alright.
How
Do you happen to have... Sorry, carry on.
How about this? And it's a small grey bag. Bag of tricks can help summon random animals to your side. Good as a distraction, good as carry companions depending on what gets pulled out, although sometimes not always particularly of use, depending.
I'm afraid not my kind of bag either. Do you happen to have any incense or anything along those kind of lines?
Incense. We have plenty of incense from the not so good quality up to some of the rather more expensive and interesting items, but let's quickly pull into a page because I just need to double check the effect of the one item, because I know what it is, but I forget the exact thing it does. Shit, where are you? Where are you? Let's be having you.
Do you have any other magical items? Sorry, I know I keep going, not me.
No, but the thing is, it's nice to know what's there. It's a little more expensive, but I'm sure it could be of extreme use to you if it's something you're looking for. I will warn before I go much further, it's 10,000 gold. And she gestures to a prismic shaped purple gem.
Oh, fascinating. What would this sort of gem do?
It's... Have you ever heard of an Ioun stone, by any chance?
Have I ever heard of an Ioun stone? A stone.
A stoon.
Stone.
I would say an Ioun stone. You've probably.
I would assume so.
An Ioun stone, however, you're aware that there is a multiple different variations that all do all manner of different things, but they are pretty useful generally across the board and pretty powerful too.
I have in the past. What does this one specifically do?
This one is an Ioun Stone of Reserve and will allow you to store some of your magic potential inside and use on later days, later hours, at your whim. It's limited in the sense that you can't store some of your more potent spells, but is extremely useful in just trapping some of that potential and just making sure that you have extra reserves on days you may need. Out of character, it can
Install
store
spell
to
slots.
3
Well,
levels worth of spells at a time. So you can store like a 1 and a 2, 3 1s, a 3.
It's a little dear for me currently, but
What? I'm not little.
Shut up.
maybe in the future, if you still possess, I might be interested.
No, certainly. Like, I understood. That's why I premised you with it's rather expensive, but iron stones are particularly rare and rather potent, and someone like yourself may find use for it.
I would. But thank you anyway.
Unfortunately,
remember my message.
I certainly will. Unfortunately, and like you can see as well, looking around, a lot of the magic items are more armors and armaments. They're more tailored
Oh,
to.
you got some sweet armor.
I do, yes. For 5,500, we have an armor of resistance.
Resistance against what?
Well, let's find out. Because I actually put roll it as when needed. So, can you roll me a d10, please?
Me?
Yes. You're the one inspecting it.
5.
It is an armor of resistance for lightning damage.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's currently a splint armor, which I believe is heavy.
Yep.
Yeah, I can wear tough armor. I'm currently wearing scale mail, which is the prettiest armor type. All can agree. No, that is. How much did you say again? 5,000.
500 as well. Yes. Don't usually find people with particular uses for it, given, you know, not everyone's going to walk out and find themselves in the middle of a lightning storm. Usually people prefer that of fire, but it has its moments when it can be particularly useful.
Cold would probably be very useful in this area as well.
Yes, thank you, Evan.
Yeah.
I can hear you all the way from the fucking tavern.
No, I do know of a certain spell that would be quite useful against.
Oh,
Not one that I possess.
well, that sounds like it's going to be something you could do with then.
Yes. But it is outside of my price range, as everything apparently today. Never mind.
I apologise. I merely just set the prices that I'm told to set. If
No, it is quite alright.
if Penelope herself, not myself, was available, I'm sure you could speak with her and maybe charm her, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to offer such vast differences.
Oh, I would never. It might have been, a trade of some sort, but quite alright. I do understand, and I thank you for your time.
Certainly. Is there anything else you need? Any more components or anything like that? We have plenty of others, except
Not at the
diamond
moment.
dust, it seems.
It's quite alright. That was what I was primarily in search of.
Well,
Oh.
if you need,
Okay.
if you want to pay in advance, we can try and get some to you. Penelope has ways of locating people if need be. I think
delivery would
thi-
be quite good.
I think they called it Brooder Eats.
Terrible. Terrible.
It's quite alright. I know you're in any town. I can get some at a later stage. It's quite. But,
Yes.
I don't
Well,
want to make a fuss. But no, this is quite all right. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay. Take care.
Quickly, how much are the gloves? I do apologise. How much are the gloves?
The gloves of missile snaring are 500.
I will buy those, actually, please.
Another thing that you would probably notice that wasn't pointed out to you, that there is a Kia Tom's ointment for sale as well.
How much is the Kia Toms?
650.
Yep, I just bought the gloves.
Just the gloves.
Just the gloves is fine. Kia Toms is quite useful, to be honest, but...
Okay, so allow me to
Yeah.
now cross off the gloves of missile snaring from Penelope's stock. Because I don't keep a super detailed list. There's not like every single item, but I do keep some some things of note. There are many other items, and it would probably be more of a case of if you come in with, like I did to Michael the once as Arthena, like I wanted a dagger of venom, so I kind of vaguely described it, and basically Michael did a roll to see if it was there, or at least I think he did. And but for the most part, yeah, I've got a stock list.
Just need that belt.
Yeah, the most prominent item that you saw in there, which I'll point out, was 600,000 gold pieces and looked to be a very ornate platinum dwarven hammer, labelled Hammer of Thunderbolts.
Nice.
She didn't even
I don't
dare.
know why I bought these gloves.
I know.
Let's do more.
I was gonna say I just want. She never pointed it out because it's 600,000, but you would have seen it.
Cool. So yeah, I'll head back to the tavern with my purchases.
What I'll do actually, Rose. I'm just gonna send you a copy of the stock list to your DMs. Because it's not got anything like, oh my god, don't look sort of thing. It's just prices, page, and what they are.
So this is Danny doing a here's what you could have won.
Well, she's more than welcome to go back if she wishes.
Well, that's it. Can I switch it out what I've just purchased for something else?
Oh, for
'Cause I've
fuck's sake.
just quickly looked at what it was and I was like, oh, it's not what I thought it was. Okay, never mind.
What are you looking at? Oh, the gloves are missing. You don't want them. You don't want them anyway.
Yeah, I don't want them. If that's okay, I do apologise. I don't mean to return, but I thought that they gave advantage. They don't.
No,
It's
they.
just,
It basically
they
gives
do
them
what?
the monk ability. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this
So
could be
I'd
good
like
for
to
Persephone.
hand those back.
You got to remember, she did explain it as it allows you to grab things out of the air that are being shot at you.
Yeah, I misunderstood.
It's fine.
Yeah, that is right. It would be good for Persephone.
It's like one of those like, oh, it's this, but it's not really. It doesn't really suit Great Out, but it does suit Persephone.
Yeah, you're
Well,
quite right. there.
anyone, it'd be useful for anyone to have it, but I can just do that as a reaction anyway.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
useless on you because
Well, I'll still buy them and I'll head back.
for fuck's sake.
Yes, no, yes, no.
Talk to him into it.
Are we sure?
Yeah, like you guys have never been. I'm like this in real life. I'll go into something and I'll be like, I really want it, but I don't. But I do, but I don't. Can't make my mind up sometimes. But yes, I will buy it. I will take it back, and then I'm going to head up to the rooms, which I guess we still have for a little bit longer until we get kicked out.
I would
What time to
say.
check out?
I would say that you've probably got like an hour or two in them at most.
Cool. Can I quickly?
Mhm.
Well, no, I will spend some time on it because I don't want it to be a rush job. Maybe an hour or so.
Yeah. Well,
I would like to paint. Sorry, quickly.
Yeah.
I would like to paint the little doll that I bought
Mhm.
in like blues and whites and greys to make it look like a little ice golem.
Oh, make
Really?
an artist check, which I would work off
so this is the-
dexterity with proficiency if you use
Wow.
your divine intervention. Not divine. Channel divinity.
Well, I don't need to because I'm actually able
Oh.
to
Perfect.
use it without my using my channel divinity. It is my special tool ability.
Nice.
Yeah, painter's supplies.
you can already paint.
Dexterity.
Make me a dex with proficiency then.
Oh, yeah. Dex is a 0. I forgot.
It's
I'm not super dexterous in this body.
It's okay. It's not bad. but it's not great. It's decent. You can make out what it is.
Cool. And then I'll tie a little ribbon around its neck and everything. And then, yeah. Go find deer, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you find him.
And I just kind of hand it over gently and go, until you find the real one. I'm sorry I broke your last doll.
Oh, thank you.
Quite
I
all
will
right.
hug it and love it and call it George.
George Joyce Gollum.
Georgie, the guy Gollum.
The guy's Gollum?
Yeah, it's a guy Gollum. Guy Gollum. I
Guy
don't
Gollum. Okay.
Right. And then I am also going to hand the missile snaring gloves over to Persephone. Persephone? I can't talk apparently. Persephone, and be like, for when you need them.
Oh, what are these?
You can catch missiles like Greytail does, and then fire it back at the individual if you reduce it down so you don't take any damage. If you catch it perfectly, you can throw it back.
No, it costs me a key point to throw it
No,
back.
yeah,
You
it's
don't
just
get
the
to throw it back,
catch.
you
No.
just catch.
No,
It's
you
just-
do.
Nope.
Yeah?
Missile snaring is just a catch.
Let me double check.
I'm reading it right now. These gloves almost melt into your hands when you don them. When a ranged weapon attack hits you while you're wearing them, you may use your reaction to reduce the damage by a D10 plus Dex, provided that you have a free hand, of course. If
So
you
is that
reduce the damage to
gloves?
if you reduce the damage to 0, you catch the object.
So that's
Oh,
gloves
so
of
it's
missile
just a
snaring.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you
So
see
basically,
them.
somebody shoot. Yeah.
You see them as elbow-length velvet gloves with silver, like thin silver meshing over the top in like a webbing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
thank
really-
you.
So basically, if somebody fires an arrow, you can catch it, turn it around, and throw it straight and fire it straight back.
No, you can't. You
Shoot
can't.
it back at
Oh
them.
yeah, you could shoot it in like within your
Pop it
action.
back
item.
in the crossbow.
That'd be cool. Catch a bolt and then just pop it, knock it in your crossbow ready. Just like,
Nope.
thanks, I needed
Thank
that.
How much was the doll again? I forgot to take that money off.
6 copper.
6, cool.
It was just a wooden
Yeah.
carving. It wasn't terribly expensive. You picked it up off the market. There was like a stall with someone who obviously whittles for their living and made all sorts of decorative pieces, including some furniture, but obviously you're travelling people, so you don't need furniture yet.
And
I just wanted to get a couple of gifts for my friends. I still need to get one for Greytail and one for Boomer. Yeah.
and how?
And Evan, of course, but you get.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So how
I'll
much was
carry on.
how much were the gloves of missile snaring again?
500.
500.
Right. Whilst that's been, well, Cass has been out and we've had breakfast and everything. I will have gone to the dockmaster to go and pay docking fees for the Derek to come back in again.
Yeah, and that's 2 gold a day.
And Derek's been gone.
Hello, Kenge. Thank you for the raid, dude.
For 4 days Derek's been gone. So I will purchase some Derek food whilst I'm out as well.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You've got the cost and stuff, yeah.
It's 2 gold for the day. I'll pay for 2 days with the
Yeah, which if you
Possibility
buy the
to
unworked
extend.
wood, it's 40 gold a day's worth.
So 1 second whilst I just
Doing alright, man.
realise how much
Well,
money
while
I've
Michael,
spent.
because obviously I can't talk too much when I'm doing D&D. Apologies to those that have only watched the D&D for the first time. But yeah, while Michael's doing some quick math, yeah, I'm doing alright, dude. Thank you for the raid. This is episode 31 of D&D. Obviously, all the other episodes are on YouTube, so if anyone wants to catch up, that's where to go. We've done the Talk in the Tales as well, so for those that don't want to watch every single episode that's like 3-4 hours long, there are hour-long catch-ups. Thank you. Thank you, Ash.
So that would be 320 gold. I will pay to get back up to 10 days.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to have a look, Kangay. D&D is amazing because the best thing about D&D, it can almost be anything you want to be within the realms of a fantasy setting. And if you don't want a fantasy setting, you play another RPG game, which there's millions of.
Millions.
Millions of RP, millions of RP. Hell yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so Derek is back up to 10 days worth of food.
Derek is well stocked and is pleasantly happy to see you all.
See that. I do check in with him when he does show up just to see whether or not he anybody bothered him whilst we were gone.
No. No one came.
That's good. And somebody trying to do something to you while we weren't there to help.
No. Nobody touched me.
Might need to get
Perfectly.
Derek to reshape.
What, just to change the style? Just a little
Yeah,
bit.
add a
Just
new
give
room.
us a room. We need another room.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so obviously it'll take about a day or two to readjust the insides. But yeah, he could manipulate. Obviously, everyone's going to lose a few feet to accommodate. but-
Unless Persephone and Vivan want bunk beds.
If you put Vian in Persephone's room, that thing is getting massively redecorated.
That's not going to happen.
Wait until Vian finds out.
Her
that
own
the-
room, then.
Wait until Vian finds out the ship's alive.
Oh,
Whether or not it would be, I'm suddenly considering whether or not Vienne would like a grand piano or a statue of a king.
Oh no!
interesting.
Yeah, we don't put someone in the same room as mimics. Like, that's just asking for trouble. I know they're meant to be nice
Hang on,
mimics,
hang
but-
on. You said
there's
you.
a
Said,
certain
The
level.
room is a mimic.
I was just about to say, like you're.
Yeah, but we're
You're
reducing
ready.
down the number of mimics by 50%. Like, that's got to be something.
No, more like 66%, really.
See you later, Kango.
Yeah, true.
But still, it's if Vienne would like a musical instrument and some decorative art in her room, it's there if she wants it.
Oh, I
then
already have
also-
a few of those.
And she can talk to him, and these will talk back.
You could try and charm them. I mean, that won't go badly at all. But anyway, we will. I'm assuming that we're all in agreement. Then we will get Vivan her own room.
Yes.
Vivan,
I'm
Vian.
suddenly very worried that the Derek throws us off just because Vian has charmed it.
Look at me.
And when it wears off.
No, literally, Vian will just be. Look at me. I am the captain now.
Oh, right. Yeah. We just get
We don't
pirated.
have a captain. We don't have a
No.
captain.
You do now. You do now.
I'm basically imagining it's just going to be like, oh yeah, I'm the captain now, and then like all of the deck, we're on the top deck, and all of the deck panels on our side just suddenly morph and just throw us off the ship.
They just turn into a slide.
Not even that, like just a proper like just springboard, like poof, fuck off. Not here anymore.
That would be interesting.
But yeah, we will get Vian a room. I assume
Yep.
we're all in agreement. I don't mind losing. I assume
Some
still that
space.
Cass and Evan are sharing a room anyway on site for
Yeah.
the ship, so we've got to have a bit of room.
It might be the point that our room gets shrunk down and we're the ones with the bunk beds.
True. I think
Sounds like a
so.
plan.
If we're sharing a room, no. Logically, it will come off everybody else's except for ours because we are two people in one room. Or you guys can start sharing with each other. I don't really understand this whole need to have your own room, to be honest. But that's a different story.
Boomers farts. You don't want to be in there too often.
We think we know the true reason why
Hey,
it's name,
you.
and it's got nothing to do with
Why
it.
things go boom. It's the
It's
mini
got
thing.
nothing to do with his explosives.
Yeah. What kind of room would you like, Vian? If you would like to buy any decorations, now is the time, because Derek can't really do that kind of thing. He can give you a bed and a chest of drawers or something, or a chest.
Yeah, do you know anyone who works with a lot of furniture in town?
We don't.
a
We are
lot.
new to town.
You literally bought that ice golem doll from a stall where there was furniture, Cass.
Oh yes.
I
you
literally,
like to
I said it as an
come with
offhanded
you?
comment, and it was perfect.
I can take you if you like. I don't
Yeah,
mind coming
just
shopping. We
make
might
sure
need
we
to
can get
you
them-
some-
Good.
Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, just make sure we can get them directions to the ship since they're gonna have a lot of work to do.
That sounds ominous.
Oh,
will-
it is.
How about we go for soft furnishings rather than a ton of furniture? The place will not be big enough for that. We have to share space.
There's kind of like ... question mark over her head.
How about a princess canopy or maybe some nice pillows or something?
Yeah, and then a
Tapestry
wardrobe as
or
well. Probably a chest. I guess I don't really need a closet because I have my mag.
Yes, we will need to get you a new outfit as well. Just something that's a little bit more workaday. This. It's
As
very
I kind of
beautiful.
but as this conversation's probably happening before they head off, and I'm kind of just as I'm probably heading back as they're having this conversation, I'm probably thinking like, okay, how much of her furniture would count? Like, how many days worth of food would each piece of furniture count?
Why do you think I was trying to get rid of the furniture?
Hey, that's excess supplies. If we end up running out of food, we know where we've got a secondary stomach for him.
She was absolutely
yeah.
gonna drop a few hundred gold on just furnishing the entire room.
Jesus Christ.
Everyone
How
else
much do you know
is
that we get,
bare
like-
bones.
Yeah.
Everyone else is
We're roughing
Spartan.
it.
And, yeah, everyone else is just Spartan. We go into Vianne's room and it's like, and this is where we kept the palace.
Well, what
Decadent.
worked wood? 1,000 or 10,000 pounds of worked wood is 200 GP. That sounds like enough furnishing for a room.
By worked wood, I mean that's planks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was just taking the softball.
Oh, okay.
But could we just like montaging it, unless you do want to go into detail, just buying like a load of like fancy bedspreads and
Yeah, she was
cushions
absolutely just
and
gonna-
tapestries and just a little extra and a little decadent, but perfectly Vianne.
She was gonna just hand them a lump sum of gold and be like, "Go make room pretty. I'm noble. You know how this works."
Do you want to hire an interior decorator for this? Interior designer?
Oh, I can handle the rest of the design work itself. They just have a lot of, crafting they'll probably have to do.
We have very little time though, just so you know, and we have to be careful with who we invite on board the ship. So
You have to buy
we will
that.
buy it ourselves.
The problem
Yes,
is,
we
Vianne,
will
you have
take
to
it
buy
back.
that really yucky pre-made furniture. You know, the stuff that's not bespoke for you.
Ooh, I can wait till we get somewhere else. Do we have anyone in the party who can craft things good with woodworking tools, maybe? I could settle with steel. We could have a steel bed as long as we have, like, a good mattress.
One side
It
of the
would be
boat suddenly.
myself. And
Yeah, don't start
Yes.
looking at me.
No,
How about we-
everyone just looked at you.
Vianne, would it be good to get you like a book or something where you can draw designs, and when we get to the next town, you've got a good idea of exactly what you want, and we can get it tailor-made. How about that?
That sounds reasonable. I'll just get something simple.
Something simple for now, and then later we will go and get other stuff. But like I say, are you happy for us to get you something other than a ball gown? Because whilst it is very pretty, you're going to be running a lot and running away from danger and trying to move in something that is essentially a lot of tool, from what I can see.
Armor too.
Yes, we need to get you armor. That is a very good point, Greytail. Greytail's come shopping with us. He is
Oh yeah,
also-
Persephone's the only one who shared a room with her.
No,
Yeah.
no. What it is, Greytail. You caught Greytail as he was in the middle of the herbalist.
Running past.
He was at the herbalist section getting the herbs for Mela,
Yeah.
and he made an offhand comment, and now he's suddenly carrying all the bags.
That's like,
That is completely what has happened.
okay, I know. The second time you said it, I got what you said, where you were saying herbalist. But the first time, I thought you said hurdleist or something like that. I was like, what's he doing hurdles on the way back?
Maybe you got to keep that
He
body in
went out to do
tip-top.
he went out to do the shopping, and he's doing the Olympics on the way back.
You got to keep that body in tip-top condition.
At Cass's comment about her protective garments, we'll say, Vian tugs a little bit at the collar of her dress to show that there's like a half slip, half corset of elven chain underneath.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
very nice. Can you run it in that thing? Not that thing, sorry. In your dress.
I mean, I would say she's at the very least probably expertised in high heels. I don't know how much that contributes to move speed, though.
I don't think there's a D&D rule for high heels, but I'm just
Look, Cass brought it up.
I know. I'll just go with you've run in them more than enough and moved in them, and you've practically lived in these things. That you're probably more adept in heels at this point than flats.
Oh yeah, I would point out as well, Cass isn't wearing her dress now. She is back in her tailored suit outfit thing.
I will blow a spell slot for cinematic, though. This, she's like, well, this is normally how I change my outfits across the day, and she just blows a disguised self to change just her outfit.
Yeah.
And it has no effect on how she can actually move in it, but it's just how she changes her daily wear on a regular basis. So she's always wearing the same dress, it just always appears like she's got a just giant assortment of them. And
That
she does
dress
actually
will
have a giant
stink.
assortment at home.
Yeah. But the only reason
you
why you
have-
don't is because this dress is special. This dress is yours.
Yeah, so she looks like she's in at least, like, relatively more reasonable clothes, but, like, she still hasn't met Cass even halfway. It's like, yeah, this is, like, a less extravagant, more mobile dress relative to what she was wearing, but it's not, like, slacks and a loose top or something like that.
Okay.
Greytail looks at his clothes. What's wrong with... Never mind.
I'll sort it out, yeah.
I quite like Grey's key. But anyway, yeah, I feel like this is falling on deaf ears a little. Oh, do you mind if I ask? Because I'm not 100% sure yet. What is your area of expertise in magic? What? I was going to say, what are you? I mean, like, for example, I am a cleric, you know? I wield the divine.
She pauses for a minute as she, like, actually stops and thinks the question she doesn't usually ponder. People usually do just kind of whatever I say, and they're pretty obedient, but I thought that was just kind of like, you know, because I'm me and I'm important. I can also do some, like, basic Triton stuff, like, all Tritons can play with water a bit.
Okay. Do you wield a weapon, like a sword, or your fists, like Grey does?
Why would I... No, people don't attack me, they're nice.
Well, they might do from now on, if you stick in with us.
Can I just tell them not
I
to?
mean,
That would.
you can try, but they don't normally
Good,
listen.
yeah. No, we have asked sometimes for people not to attack us. They then attack.
I do have one for this. And she looks back and forth between Greytail and Cass, kind of like fishing for a volunteer.
Nope. I'm already carrying bags and I don't know why or how this even happened.
I'd go for Greytail. He needs to work on resisting magical effects.
Yeah, that is complete. Oh, hello, Evan.
One
No,
more
no,
level
this-
and I
this-
can
this-
actually do that.
This is Michael this is Michael just doing that. But actually, that would be a good reason for why Greytail has that ability.
Yeah, I could take the bags. I mean, I am a very. You say you're
Okay.
5'9". I think I'm 5'2". Like I'm a tiny little human woman.
As soon as I
Packing
let
bags.
go of the bags, I'm running, feline agility, and key points.
Go.
And key
Can
points
you try
for,
before he leaves? Can Vian try before he gets anywhere?
I would
Like,
say, as he's about 20 foot away, Vian, whatever, if you wish to cast, you would have the chance to cast as he's like in mid-run from you, with the small baggie for Mela.
Dan, I am glad you get to see this spell in a safe, controlled environment and not mid-combat. Greytail is now being chased by a large shopping bag. Mimic.
What? How big and how scary does it look?
Hang on. You've got first.
Roll,
You've got to make
see?
a intelligence
Assuming he-
saving throw.
That was why I asked for volunteer, was player permission to,
No, that's the thing. This spell, when it starts off, there is no save to stop it.
No, they get one save on the initial, and then
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what is it?
One-
Wisdom.
Int.
Yeah, because it says here, you craft an illusion that takes the mind
Intelligence.
of a creature you can see within range. Target must make an intelligence
Oops.
save, which is a 7. I assume that's a fail.
Yeah,
It
16
looks
is
like
the
it
DC.
spells. Yes,
You create a
16.
phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon, which you've just said a mimicked shopping bag, no larger than 10 foot, that is perceivable only to the target. So I would say it's probably like perpetually at a same distance from him, following him. It includes sound, temperature, and other stimuli. So as you're running away and as you turn to see whatever was going to be happening, Gray, you see behind you about a 6-7 foot shopping bag, similar to the one you just gifted to Cass, with 7 rows of barbed teeth and a lashing sharp tongue.
It's got wheels.
It's gurgling, and it's got 2 hands that are kind of like it's running on its hands that are sticking out the side as it's coming after you.
Basically, the bag's up, like when a bag's floating in the wind. And
yeah.
And he is the only person who sees this. It is just in his mind.
And it's 5 foot from you, and no matter how fast you can run, it's never getting any further.
Well, I get to prove if I can punch my way out of a paper bag.
Fuck.
With a crit.
Congratulations, you punched nothing. Enjoy 1d6 of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You crit
roll the
punching
d6.
it and it just ate your hand.
Yeah, roll a d6 for the psychic damage. Take 4 points of psychic damage as your fist goes through the anomaly.
So glad I didn't go with you lot now.
Your fist
And
just
then it
goes
bites
through.
your hand.
Make an investigation check.
Whilst it's biting your hand.
Nom.
No, you don't perceive it what it actually is. Like, this thing just bit you, and it hurts a lot.
Your arm is bleeding. There is blood coming out, dripping from your arm.
While this is going on, Vian's just like, see, Cass, I don't have to fight people.
As you see,
He's just kind of martial artsing there.
and you say that as Cass, you see there's some blood dripping from his arm as something's hurt him.
Oh no. He sees it. It's not there.
No,
It's
but
all part of the illusion.
Cass's passive is that high. I would say
Sees nothing.
it's very
No,
perceivable.
I
that-
would-
No, but it's very
It doesn't.
clear
It's
he's
in my
taken.
head.
It's not
Okay.
doing damage.
But she
It's
would
all
see that.
psychic.
No, okay, but the point I was just about to say, I was going to change it too. You can't see the physical damage, but you can clearly see that he's taken some damage as he's clearly reacting like he has been hurt.
Vian, could you drop it now, please? It was quite an impressive show.
She
But
kind of
he
like
seems
quickly
quite-
gasps as if she's been like touched fire and just instantly drops the concentration on it.
Yeah,
Just as the second swing would have been going off.
as you punch and connect with it, it vanishes. And the blood on your arm dissipates, but the pain is still rocking in your head.
It wasn't that strong.
Greytail,
Yes.
would you like to come back, Greytail?
Do I get a choice?
I was just going to heal you.
I wonder
I
where
can tell that- Cool, I will pop in a quick cure wounds.
Oh.
You'll need to give him back the bag so you've got a hand free.
Yeah, that's what I do. Totally. Just almost
damn it.
on top of him.
Oh, for that one.
Boy.
Just gonna heal you. There you go.
The Kyogre.
Bag that attacked you.
There you go. You're
12.
fully healed.
So,
Do you
can wield
put the
spells.
bags down and leave again, Gray, or
No, carry on.
okay?
Well, people just
So
kind
you're
of believe whatever I
charming.
want. Like, I could have told him there was an assassin instead, but he seemed afraid of those shopping bags.
More afraid of water.
Oh no!
If you just made a
Tidal wave would have been funny.
Would you?
I've-
I took a quick look, Vian. I'm quite intrigued. And she'll kind of tap the side of her head.
She just gives like a small confused tilt. She's like, "Yeah, that's my head."
Nope.
No, I would like to go inside your head, if it's quite all right. Just for a moment. I want to have a look.
She seems mildly confused at the suggestion, but is afraid of saying no, so she just humors it because she doesn't understand.
This is becoming a very weird day. And it's
Yes,
still
it
morning.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
No, Cass is just trying to figure out Vian, and she just wants to check on something. So I will, if it's okay. Are you giving me permission?
Yeah.
Are you giving consent? I just want to read your thoughts. I will be very quick.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Cool.
Oh god.
Yeah, and obviously, I'm assuming
There you go.
the consent is forfeiting the wisdom save.
Well, I just wanted to ask consent because it felt a bit creepy. I don't like it when people go in other side's head or charm them and stuff like that. You remember Morgan and how one of Liam's characters just did it without consent?
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
Vian forfeits the wisdom save.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her surface level thoughts are she's kind of just staring at I assume Cass has a holy symbol because this is her channel divinity.
So she's kind of got the tips of her finger of her right hand kind of, and you can see kind of dangling from her wrist on her right hand is a small, very fine chain with a half moon, just kind of like in golden, not golden, but silver kind of filigree on her wrist, just a crescent moon.
Yeah, her surface level thoughts are kind of just focusing on that little dangling piece of jewelry in front of her. And some of her slightly lower level thoughts are kind of just saying hi. Because she assumes that Cass is in her brain now.
I am kind of in your brain. Do I pick up anything negative or divine, or is it a wizard? Am I looking at a wizard? I know out of character she's not a wizard, but she's been doing wizard spells and charming people.
You would akin her abilities more to Mela, but on a very small scale in comparison. There are many similarities and comparisons to Mela, i.e. the bard that you saw. And you could probably draw enough conclusion from those similarities, her nature in some degree, at least of her abilities.
Mella's an elf, right? Yeah.
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 She's
an elf.
a wood elf.
Bard.
She does have a very potent arcane bloodline from just being Triton family, because Tritons innately have spells, and her spells are fairly strong relative to her kin.
Yeah.
So yeah, then Cass will withdraw with just kind of warm, kind of feeling like someone gives you a hug a little bit, and then we'll just kind of step back and go,
Oh, wow.
all good, Vian. So,
I can't read thoughts, but I can give you some if you want them.
I can't read them, but I can put some Doom ones in.
it's whatever you'd like to do, as long as you ask and someone says yes. What's the harm? And Gray is trying to flex his mind muscles, so it would be useful for him.
I am.
You are now.
Aren't you?
Okay, I'm now.
You've got to strike.
Whether I want to or not.
Do you like books, Vian? And she will talk as she leads her to Derek.
Oh, if
Like
you go in the
that.
library, I'm leaving. I'll take the shopping bag.
Sounds like a good plan. Not only that, but I'd
No,
imagine
she's not going to the library. It's just more so she's just trying to find out a bit more about Vian and her personality and that kind of thing.
She fishes around inside of her giant purse and kind of pulls
You have
out
a
a couple
book.
of the books from her school. She's like, yeah, they made me read all these stupid etiquette books. I wasn't a big fan, though.
Aw.
Of the etiquette or the books?
I mean, both. It was just really strict all the time. They'd make me do something, and they'd say I did it wrong, despite the fact that I did it, so I'd have to do it again. And then finally they'd be happy, and I don't know, I just hate the books. But I have them.
Oh dear.
I know somebody who likes to eat books if you want to kind of destroy them.
I'm surprised you'd say such a heinous thing.
I know, like Cass
That's
is like
weird, isn't it?
looking. No, Cass is looking for Vian's reaction. So can I insight check her when she does her reaction? Because she wants to know: are you going to be a book burner like the rest of those heathens?
What do you say at this point when she offers this?
I mean, she hates these books in particular for backstory reasons, so she just kind of pulls down. She's like, I mean, if you want them, here you go. Do whatever you want with them. I've already read them.
I'm sorry, you giving a Cass a book?
Multiple, actually.
Yeah, multiple.
Like probably about 4.
Cass will kind of take them and go. Thank you.
And
I would love to read them.
and for the most part, they are books on how to act ladylike and correct etiquette, lists of
Cass has
correct
probably
responses. Yeah.
Yeah, Cass knows this stuff, but it's nice for someone to give her a book. She doesn't get many gifts. But anyway, so
I mean, Vian is a gift, so, you know.
Especially
Exactly.
considering Fey etiquette school effectively.
yes, I know Fey etiquette school. But anyway, is there anything you would like to do in town?
She ponders for 1 minute, and she doesn't want to drag anything out any further, so she's just like, I have one quick stop, because I think Persephone was low on clothes or between laundry or something. Because she was wandering around in something far less than she normally was yesterday. And she's gonna go shopping for some fine clothes for Persephone.
Yeah. It's easy enough, though. An off-the-rails set would probably get you, like, 15, 20 gold.
Oh, what are you saying off the rail? I'm assuming Vian is going couture. Like,
I'm also.
I mean,
I'm
with
also
how
guessing.
this size, you might not be able to find perfectly,
Yeah, we'll say
especially without a model.
we'll say 20 gold a set if you wish to procure some extra sets of
Let me
fine
guess.
clothes.
Also, bright and eye-grabbing, right?
Oh, of course. Why anything else? What's the point? What are clothes
I
but
mean,
eye grabbers?
so Vian would have experienced. I know Evan wears armor, so he's like knight, studley, armor man. Trying to think of words then. Then you've got Greytail that is wearing a gi. If I remember rightly, it had the arms ripped off of it.
No. No, you better.
No?
Hmm?
I thought he has the arms ripped off of it. Your gi. I don't know. Then there's Boomer. I assume, is Boomer still wearing his velvet red suit, or has he changed back?
He would have changed back at the first instant.
Aww.
Yeah. We're not the most fashionable group.
Nobody loves his lab coat though.
You haven't been the most
Oh.
fashionable group until now.
I also have a
I mean,
ninja
Cass has been
outfit.
trying to keep it up, but, you know.
Oh.
I know you're wearing a ninja outfit. Cool.
No one cares about these clothes.
I keep wondering if Deer is actually wearing clothes, but that's a different story.
You know. Actually, when you said it, then it made me think. It's like, yeah, I don't like when I picture Deer. I don't picture clothes on him. I picture him just as a fucking cat, just naked, just stood there in his fur.
Probably.
I imagine he's got like a little loincloth and then like some straps, and that's about it. Like, I don't know why.
No, I think you're not the only one. I just did.
Hold on. What clothing do I have on at the moment? Chroma's decided to freeze on me. Hold on. I'll just be.
Be studded leather, won't you?
I
I
believe
think
so.
I might have been. Infantry. There we go.
Yeah, but there's a difference between knowing that you're wearing like leather armor and having a picture of, you know, your character's aesthetics and what they look like.
Yeah, it'd be old clothing, wouldn't it be new clothing? It'll be like a little bit grubby. So it used to be white, but now grey. With like, you know, the old-fashioned trousers, like sacks.
Breeches.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, say some material that sacks made out of, that kind of trouser.
Burlap.
But yeah, burlap. That's the one. Yeah.
So you're basically.
Yeah. I mean, I say that, but my character is apparently wearing fine clothes, according to my character sheet.
Because we had to burn all of our clothes when we were in the when we were in Fossilgur, so we all kind of got new clothes, if I remember rightly.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a fancy cat in a top hat and suit?
I might be
Now
now.
that is the thing.
I mean, yeah, it would have been actually, yeah.
Oh my god, Deer's drip is pretty amazing.
I mean, it would have been nice, but now it's probably got a bit better, doesn't he?
It's like you know,
He lost the hat somewhere.
you know Pink Panther.
Yeah.
You know Pink Panther. You know where like the alley cats that he hangs with, like with the shaggy top hats and stuff.
It
Yeah.
sounds like you're just describing Top Cat here.
Yeah, I was thinking Top Cat, yeah.
That's what I was.
Top
That's what I was thinking of, but I fucking confused shit.
It's
Unless
canon.
Unless actively impeded, Vienna is probably going to attempt prestidigitation and mending on any soiled garments.
Ooh.
No, it's go right ahead. It'll be good to. The boys can be quite smelly sometimes. I keep telling them to wash their hands, and they don't do that. So you can imagine what else they don't do.
I am
I can
perfectly
solve that
clean.
one. Since it's a
Sorry?
new day, she has one use of it again, and she just kind of demonstratively gives a 1 second or a 1 round wall of water in front of Cass.
Fascinating.
Get back up.
You're gonna waterboard all the men, aren't you, Cass?
No, I'm not going to do that.
God
Wait,
rolls
I got
in.
a plan.
God
The
ins-
end's gonna do that on
God-
Cass's orders.
God's gonna insight check Cass.
You want to have water ward as well?
No, it's Wonder
Oh, I
Woman.
can control water next level. No, I would never. I would never do something, you know, to potentially upset one of my fellow people. I
So-
try and hit
But-
in that direction.
Shopping aside, and Mella is extremely grateful for you, Gray. When obviously you go to her room, because she's when you open the door, she's wearing like she's out of all of the outdoor clothes, and it's very simple, like a loose fitting robe that just kind of drapes over, and you can kind of just make out things. And she's like, "Thank you, it's much appreciated." And she'll take the stuff off you and take the. Feel free to keep the change. I don't need it. And you get yourself like 3 or 4 gold back.
Now you can keep it.
You have it. No, you have it.
Thank you. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to see to Vim. I hope whatever it is your friends are doing, that they are kept well. Boomer, you continue crafting. What is it you guys are planning on doing as a next move?
I would like to get hold of everybody, if that's okay, and get them in Cass and Evan's room.
I'm just
Team
picturing
meeting.
Cass with a leash, just dragging people around.
Oh no, she doesn't. She doesn't leash them. She just looks at them until they do what she says.
It's
Like she doesn't need a spell. It's mum energy of
no,
come on,
no.
come on, come on.
There is a leash. It's just the look. The look implements it. Like she doesn't even have to have a physical one. That's the beauty of it. She's got them under control. It's great.
No.
And
if they didn't
Vian,
want to, if you don't want to, then you don't have to.
and
but
Vian, you only wish that soon you would have such an ease of being able to get people to do what you want just by a look. It's quite fascinating and very powerful. It looks.
I mean, this is coming from. I think she looks about 23, 24. We decided on.
Oh, yeah.
So fine art.
But
I would
imagine
like to
everyone-
request your presence, please, in mine and Evan's room.
Yep.
Does anybody refuse? No.
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 No, not at all.
Cool. And then when we're in there,
Fian doesn't understand and awkwardly follows along.
aw. And then when we're in there, I will shuffle everyone into our 10-foot cube. So get cozy, boys and girls, and
Which is
cast
like-
non-detection. Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
see.
you
Yeah.
you create an area that is safe from most peering guys and stuff outside of people physically there.
The next 8 hours. There you go. It should be coming up in the chat so everyone can see. There we go. I will mark off 25 gold pieces of dust.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some more of that. I'm getting...
Uncomfortably
to-
low.
Sorry?
Uncomfortably low.
I've got 2 left.
Hmm.
Cool. So,
I'm gonna have to do
Now we're
some
all in.
crafting.
well, we do have diamonds, but I want to keep the diamonds for bringing you back to life if you die. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And I only have 2 of those at the moment, but I can really only do it twice a day, so it makes sense. But, before I get too tired.
Mm.
There is a lot to digest, so... Vian, I hope you understand that this means that we are putting our faith and trust in you. If you go against us, then this will be a completely different discussion. Just putting it straight out there.
I mean, you're
This is
welcome
the
in my
time-
brain again if you need to.
No, I know. I get that you are perfectly fine. I'm surprised I didn't hear music, to be honest. Like a whole kind of music. I don't know. Never mind.
I prefer dancing. I can play music too. I had to be trained in that as well.
I'd imagine in the head you probably heard like dial up.
No, I know.
I mean, there was a lot of hi and can you hear me, not understanding it was one way.
Also, I mean, this is the point that you can leave. After this point, there isn't really a... I don't like when people keep on abandoning us, so this is, if you're in, you're in.
She's in.
She's
Or
in.
maybe explain the situation first, and then she can make a decision.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a
We've
very
got-
good true question. But
Yeah, we've got the area up, right?
Yeah, the area's up.
Right.
You've now
Okay.
got it for the next 7 hours, 57 minutes.
So, we have people, bad people, who are after us. They can sometimes listen in and look in on us when we don't want them to. This spell helps to stop them doing it for a few hours in this space. So these are the moments where we can talk without people we don't want to listen in, possibly listening in.
it
Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we say something about, if we start saying something like, oh, that needs to be kept hidden, just know we mean for this, it's for moments like this where we have this up, is why we don't want that. We are having items created that will mean we don't have to be so cautious, but
And
If you
just,
wanna get in-
just to double check, Adam, is Boomer,
Yeah.
because you know how I offered you the chance to batch create those, it'll save time overall, but you won't have any until they're all done. Are you doing that, or are you doing them one at a time?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm batching, but obviously
Okay.
it is only for the 6 at the minute.
Yeah, no,
We're missing one now, yeah.
no. I was just wondering were they going to be dribbled out, or are you going to do them as a batch? That's all. Okay, that's fine. I just
But
wanted
the
to make sure.
problem is this. Yeah, the problem is the 7-1 will have to be individually now
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
because obviously how far in with the batch.
So
Batch was
Vianna
like
will be-
Yeah, I would say you're at a
Yeah.
point of no return to add hers to the mix. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's absolutely
Yeah.
fine then.
We're about, what, 2 or 3 days into the batch, and we still had a few more to go.
I need to crack on with it. To be fair, so I
I
need
was
to
going
get
to
my
say,
head down.
I
That's
know
probably something you were doing today.
I didn't write down the time I gave you. I hope you did and have been keeping track.
Well, currently I've got the probably needs updating with that.
Yeah. Because we worked out you could put about 10 hours a day into it as long as you didn't do anything
Yeah.
else.
Because I've only got 20 hours at the minute. Obviously, with what's been going on, it's kind of
Wait, did you actually
Push
know
it
that off
back.
the top of your head, Ash?
Mhm.
Fuck me, 105 hours, that's what it was.
And then you'd been working for at least 2 days, maybe 3.
Which would be about 20, 30 hours.
roughly. But obviously, with the events been going on, he's kind of been concentrating on other items.
Yeah.
Obviously, you
So-
know where your hours are going, so I'd imagine you've got your inventory of so many out of so many hours done on particular items and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I trust you to keep track of that, because I don't.
Yeah. So just obviously, I want to plough some more hours into try and get things finished.
Yeah, okay. But no, carry on, Michael, because it's alright, I just wanted to double check, because I needed to know how he was making them.
So, yes. So, if you're willing to learn the secrets that we aren't able to tell because of this, and potentially meaning we have people chasing after you for reasons that you are not involved with, now is the time to say otherwise. Otherwise, you're in on the group and you're going on this mad ride with the rest of us.
I probably
Yeah.
won't understand most of it, but I wouldn't want anything bad happening to you guys, and I like helping.
Be one of us. One of us. One of us.
I think that is welcome, I guess.
You can summon giant monsters to fight people. It's a very useful power. I still haven't figured out that it's an illusion.
Yeah, you just punched it and it vaporized.
I punched it and it blew up and it popped. Yeah.
Well, it popped after the second punch. Like, you know, they take 2 punches from you, and your punches are good.
Yeah, but I'm amazing.
So, a couple of things to digest after the past couple of days that we've been apart. Magic turned off.
Yeah,
I've
that was
spoken
fun.
Yeah, no, not so much. I've not used my hands to fight somebody in a very, very long time. I think I I forgot how to slap.
Why were you slapping in the first place? I've taught you
Because I have no
before.
magic.
No,
I taught you.
closed
I've taught
fist,
you how to.
thumb on the outside.
I've taught you how to punch before. I know I've taught you how to punch before.
I can teach you how to punch better if you want. Hey, I'm a monk. Come on.
Fian's kind of just
Boys-
visualizing this, and she subtle casts heroism on Cass.
Odd.
No,
Kind of like lifts up a little bit, but not too dramatically. So it's just like, oh, okay.
triple
Yeah.
cast.
What magic doesn't work, innit?
Awesome.
No,
Divination
no.
magic doesn't work.
Divination magic
Divination.
That's
can't
enchantment.
detect anything within.
Yeah.
Ah.
This
Cass
re-
is
becomes
the re-
fearless, I believe, for 5 minutes.
Yeah, the reason why when you do detect magic it come up as a dead zone is because detect magic is divination.
Divination.
If you read this, if you
Specifically,
scroll
yeah.
up, it blocks any and all divination magic in that area or anything being targeted in that area from divination magic.
Fian's just kind of mentally reliving the slap fight while this is going on.
I'd
Okay,
love to
so-
learn sometime how to properly put. It's been a very long time, and if I don't use skills over and over again, I tend to forget them. There's so much going on in my brain that after a while, I forget things. So,
Yeah,
very,
like
very
last
long
week,
time, you know.
Mhm. Including the last
but
3
anyway,
times I taught you to punch.
oh, see what I mean. So, So there were a couple of things. First of all, elves were there. Bad elves. In the arena.
I presume you mean they were in the ones that were in the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, they weren't fighting. They were in the crowd. I recognised one of them to be specifically one of the individuals that were in our little scene.
One of the ones who decided to help open us up, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because that's a good point. Yeah, this is the first time, Evan, you're hearing about this.
I kind of mentioned it, but not in detail.
Yeah,
it was passing.
Kind of mentioned a few things. Yeah, it was passing details, but we had a higher priority at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. So that was fun, and
Mm-hmm.
turns out it did happen while we were in charge.
Yeah. I hate it when you're right sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
How long?
no.
The one, I do have a question. Yeah, you've been going to those kind of meetings before, right?
They happen every, I don't know, a month or so, I think. I don't really pay attention, though. And time is kind of
about
loose
that.
for me.
About that, yeah. That's about right.
Okay. How many have you been to? Like, let's go like year-wise. Like, has it been like only a couple of years you've been going? Hasn't even been a year, or has it been multiple?
Give me a second for out-of-character math.
Yeah, I was gonna
Are
say.
you trying to rub it in right now, Michael?
No, I'm just trying to figure out how bad the situation is back home.
She's
Like-
been out of etiquette school for 4 years.
So about 4 years worth of.
Oh, okay.
Parties.
She'd know then, right? It'd be common conversation.
Roughly at least 3 years of her going to around the world-ish, wherever they are.
Perfect. Go on.
Okay. One last question before we get back to this. Have you ever had to do any? Have you ever been to any of those sales in Armdia? One of the shows.
Place names are
sorry.
going to be a history check for her.
Yeah, make a history check, please.
The country of the elves, land elves.
You're not really sure. Maybe, I don't know. You can't picture the place. Like, because the problem is, when you're in the parties and stuff, all the rooms look very samey, and you don't really spend too much time outside of the parties and stuff, so...
Yeah, it's a lot of time on boats, a lot of times in private rooms, and then just a big extravagant ball.
Yeah, it
She
all
doesn't
merges.
really
Yeah.
place importance on names like that.
It's kind of like a
Okay.
shrug of, maybe? I don't know. Like,
I'll have to revisit that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yes. So elves. So we
So-
got that. We got the lady in charge.
Yes. The magic switching off. When they were
Yeah.
explaining the location of where it was, and she'll kind of pull out the map at this stage, you know, the big one where it's got the X's. Essentially akin to your
do you want me to put the
map
country
of
map back
Real.
in?
Yeah.
Please, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been like putting little notes on it and stuff like
Well,
that.
this is why I like the fact that, like, we've been drawing on this map, because I think it just adds a bit of personality, like, just helps you keep track of stuff as well.
So, here,
Just before you
I'll show you one
just,
of the
just
red
before you
X's.
speak, thank you, Demo, dude, for the raid. Massively appreciated. Can't talk too much, because obviously D&D story and stuff, but I'd catch him in a break. Thank you, man. As you were.
so, yeah. So I called up Joseph and Morgan, cast sending, and neither of them have felt the pull. I might need to respond back to them because they seemed a little worried after I spoke to them, but
Yeah.
meh. they also have magic. They could have called me. They can't be that worried. They have their own shit to deal with. Joseph's hunting down
Creatures.
bad
or
people
something.
for his gods. Yeah. And
Morgan's got that other problem.
Yeah, the devil stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So, when the cleric called up his friend, I know I keep saying called up, but that's the way I'm going to explain it from now on. I don't mean like calling on a literal telephone, I mean calling like... So...
Yeah.
He spoke to one of his friends in Havilter, meaning that... And I will literally get out a piece of string almost, and begin like showing what I estimate to be the radius of the circle.
Yeah.
And the pinpoint. If it's hitting the top here, meaning it must be on somewhere on like a line between here and here.
You get a good...
However, go on. Sorry,
no, go on. Finish what you sentence. Sorry.
So if it was on that axis, if it's to hit the top of Havilter, it must have been on that kind of line. There is a potential location. Yeah, that literally where I was saying.
34.
Well, not
25.
30.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
No.
I haven't set these maps up like I did the world map that work like cohesively with the 92 miles per. I really should at some point, because then I think it's nice to get an accurate thingy.
I think whatever did the switch off happened here. It's one of the locations that we've all assumed. Well, I know I have at this point of where the... I don't even know what they're calling themselves, but the magical terrorists.
We just call them Solace Group until we know otherwise.
Yeah. Solace Group, thank you. That Solace Group, this is one of the locations in Dunvas. And I remembered earlier as well that isn't Dunvas where we the whole story with the ships and the ghosts and where the teleportation circle happened? There has got to be something nearby to that.
The teleportation circle.
Well, not teleportation circle.
The gem.
Yeah, where the party went missing. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
But there was some kind of big teleportation.
No,
and I remember that because Boomer, later on, when he should have, but that's a different story and it's all good, realised that there was a conjuration. Conjuration is one of the specific things for teleportation.
Yep.
So that's how it seemed like everybody exploded, but when we tested the people dust, it was only of one person. I reckon it's all connected. And my theories are starting to get a little insane now, so I will apologise if I go into conspiracy territory, but I'm getting that way a little bit. I believe that they turned off... Has Boomer explained yet? Sorry, I do apologise for getting a bit ahead of myself. What he noticed inside the vault.
No.
He never had chance to, because when he came to report it, conversation got deterred elsewhere, and that was on the night.
He did tell Cass. He did say he told Cass about some stuff.
No, but he hasn't had chance to say about the Duffy boxes and stuff yet.
Yeah.
I don't think he's mentioned anything of it. He went to, but then something happened. I can't remember exactly what. So at this point, do you want to explain?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to see the priest just to make sure that arm wouldn't come back alive. Which I've managed to deactivate the arm. However, there was some disturbances in the vault. Apparently, one of the guards who got killed, and they were missing 3 boxes.
Sorry, what was this vault keeping?
Yeah, it's one of their vaults. They've got to store away any prohibited, banned items.
Items that would cause particular danger, cursed items, evil things that are considered evil. Like it's a no-no vault. And I want to point out the priests and clerics that you were dealing with were for Helm. Just in case that means anything to you guys.
Does it mean anything to Cass?
It's the god of protection.
You watch Cass almost like kind of hunkers down for a second and like goes to her knees and immediately is like pulling out paper and you know her Human for Dummy book. Well, she's been kind of, I assume, has been shoving like pieces of paper in it and then just spreads out this huge, massive kind of like putting things down that she's been writing down over time to get a massive mind map on the floor,
I
in
will.
this 10 feet.
You don't have to, but I'm going to use this point just to remind you, Cass, that you do have a minor miracle stored up. Just, it's there if you need. I just wanted to remind you it's there because I didn't want you to be like, oh shit, later I could have used that. You know what I mean? Like when you remember later or something, in case you had forgotten.
If you want some divine inspiration to give you the hint, there's the plot.
It's just a pointer because the last thing I'd want is like an hour after session for her to like put in the chat later like, oh fuck, I forgot I had that. I could have used it. You know what I mean?
So would that be a minor miracle for me to use then to essentially gain some divine inspiration and let it all click in my head, if that makes sense? So to get Caroline to show me the path, because he is the Elven path leader. He is to do with pathways and stuff.
I would allow that, but I would want a more specific of what aspect are you looking at. I would allow like a kind of flash of insight, but of what like event are we talking about? The magic drain or something else?
I'll look at the others. I'm kind of between two options to do this. If I'm going to use this miracle, is between knowing what they did and knowing why they did it. Because if we know what they did, we could potentially counter it from happening again. But if we know why we did it, we can stop whatever plan they've got. I think it's a bigger plan than what we're seeing. I don't know.
Well, if you know their bigger plan, the smaller stuff might not even matter.
Well, we know that they're trying to bring back Mystra, right? They want to have the second coming of Mystra. That's why they've been plucking the weave. But it seems again like, why would a highly magical group, arcane magic group, turn off magic so that they could get into a vault?
Either they want
what was in the box.
I feel like that's a quote that somebody shouts a lot. In the meantime,
I'm surprised Liam didn't say that then. Yes. Sorry.
Well, if you're saying it's something to do with Mystra, maybe it's something to do with, maybe it's some items of why, some part of Mystra from that time. Maybe it's some forbidden artifact about her. Or something else. Now, it could be that they attempted their first attempt to try and expand themselves in the weave, and it took magic out in its entirety for a few moments.
Maybe they just accidentally used too much and they ran out?
Ran out in the entire area?
Blew a fuse.
She kind of just like upside down her flasks and shakes it a little bit to show that it's empty. It's like the magic was really thirsty.
Do I remember you saying? I remember you saying something a long time about like magical, like lines of magic over the world or something, or am I imagining that?
That's the thing. There are lines across the world. That's why this place, because it's almost like there's a point of a fair few lines connecting here, which is why arcane people were coming here and pulling on the lines, essentially. But it was causing lots of trouble, which is why they're pretty much outlawed, right? I am correct in that, aren't I, Danny?
No.
Remember rightly.
That's your approximation of everything.
Yeah. We basically just went, is there such a thing as magical ley lines in the area, and could it be possible that they went and tugged on one?
I could ask that question.
You could, yeah.
I could say, show me the weave.
Well,
but that's a bit big.
I think it would be on the lines of... You could ask something on the lines of what... what was the plan to do with the removal of magic that happened the other night?
My only problem
'Cause-
with asking that sort of question is, one, it's already in the past, it's happened, there's not
Yeah.
much we can do. I want to know what they're going to do next. Like, that is a question, like, what is their next big plan?
Is it
Like,
not
are they
what-
going to attack somewhere, or...
That's a question you could ask.
You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, it's
I don't want to know, like, what they're going to be doing for dinner, though, their dinner plans. I want to know exactly what is the next step in their plan of...
the next step
Bringing
in
back
their
Mister?
the next step in their organization's overall plan, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad shout, so we know where we're going. What do you think?
sounds like a good question.
It would give us insight to where the next destination is.
Yeah. It sends us into what they're planning to do next. It sort of gives us a thing, but it doesn't. I would say it only informs part of the plan.
Oh, completely. This isn't us going in all guns blazing. This is us hopefully scuppering their plan from a fair, safe distance. It gives us a little bit of time to gather evidence against them, that kind of thing. This is not, we go there because that's where they're going to attack. We utilise this and get a step ahead of them, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be... We'll talk about it after.
Yep.
So, yeah, Cass will stand up, I guess, because she's been kneeling on the ground.
Yeah.
Raise her hands up to the heavens and be like, Carlon, show me the way. And we'll ask the
You know the
question.
way.
And the question is the next sequence of
What?
their step.
Yeah, the next... Yeah, of their big plans. I don't want like dinner plans or anything like that. He will. So I'm trying to do it with feeling, so he understands what I'm looking for specifically. Do you know what I mean? Because I could say what's their next step in their plan, and it could be walking down the street to get to the butcher's. I don't need that information. I want where they're going with this whole Mistra deal.
Okay.
And I try and feed that into my connection with him.
Um,
Or them. Sorry.
given, because if it was you were asking about like a historical event, it would have been more detailed. But because obviously you're asking about a future event, it's more feelings and haze in mental. But you get a feeling of empty. Something's missing. You get a feeling of cold, hard, stone-like things in the palms of your hands. These are what's missing. These cold, stone-like things that are jagged. Some are jagged, some are smooth, some are cut, some are not. And you're shown south, as far south as you can go, for the places they have. They're getting what's needed. What is empty will soon not be.
There's... Right, okay. South, and then I'll look at the map again.
And you can see that
As
the
south
furthest,
as you can go for them.
the furthest south for them would be the one just south of Vralfan.
Where
The
did
one
we
in the
go?
mountain. Yeah, the one
Colmar.
in the mountain.
You went to Colmar in the south.
No, there was another group somewhere that was down south. Where were they?
Vralfan. That was the
Oh, you've got to be...
the other group that was working for the Skjalds that is alive, one of the only ones that were left, is doing diplomatic missionary work in Vralfan with the Southern Clan.
Cass just starts like scribbling down furiously, talking to herself, going, right, okay, so Ralphan, there was another group that were down there, that the only group to survive is this.
You and this group were the only ones at the time alive. All other groups that worked for the Skjalls had systematically been attacked and killed, assumingly by the Atriox.
Atriox.
If it's the case,
Well, we do know that there was another group that were employed by the Skjalls, and they're also part of this magical organization, right? Because they killed their friend, and she just says it rather sarcastically, their friend, and then took off. So I don't know. It all feels connected, but I'm not quite sure how. They're looking for something, and I kept on getting this feeling of emptiness, like you're meant to be holding on to something, and this sensation of cold stone, like rocks, like, you know, ovals and so sharp, jagged rocks, but also smooth and
some were cut, smooth and polished. Some were rough, like as if they'd just been taken, and you felt them in the palms of your hand, all different sizes.
I can almost like
crystals,
feel them.
maybe?
I assume like. Oh my god. Shit. Okay. Penelope. I was in Penelope's thing, and she'd run out of diamond dust. She thought that was her leader. We know that they've been buying gems, right? Gems that store and suck power out of other spellcasters. Like, this has been happening.
Yep.
So are they looking like they're saying that it's empty?
Yeah,
Maybe
and
they're going
the last feeling you had is they're going to get what is empty to make it no longer empty.
They're going to go and get spellcasters. That's what I can only assume. They've got to fill it up, essentially. They're hungry, and they've got to eat, essentially, but eating is magic. Right?
I will.
I mean,
I'm going to just correct you slightly. It's more of a need for the things that were in the hand, i.e., the need for the crystal. I will guide you a little bit with that, because obviously it's through the minor miracle and such.
Cool. Can I veer around to both Great Hale and Vianne?
Mm-hmm.
Great
Yes.
Hale, Vianne.
Yep.
You're from this place and you understand shipping requirements. Is there a mine in Vralfar? Have you ever heard of ledgers moving from this place, Vianne? Great Hale, do you know if there is some big crystal mine down south?
Be a history check off both of you. I would say, yeah, no, just leave it flat. Because Gray's from Fjöldamore, and I don't believe you've really strayed too far from there either. So that'd be working.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself. Yeah,
It'd be
would I have
work-
gone that far south?
It'd be working
You
off
were the only
hearsay.
people that I would think,
Mm.
to be honest, party. And most of us aren't from around here.
It's working off hearsay, and the same with Vianne. The DC's incredibly high, obviously.
I was going to ask, he's already rolled, so it might be too late, but I wanted to give him Bardic Inspiration on the roll.
Yeah, go on.
So have a D8, Greytail.
A D8. Thank you.
Okay.
Like, she's trying to do it as well, but she's kind of just, like, hoping Greytail will do the heavy lifting for her on this regard.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a 22. That's pretty heavy lifting. Oh, 2 22s!
Wow.
I give you help to drag you.
Smart babies.
She dragged you up to her level.
I can hear Danny's sigh of.
No,
Anything but a crit.
no, I feel really bad because that's still a fail for Vianne, technically, because I'd set her DC higher than Gray's. Oh, it sucks. That's a
So
shame.
what you I would say
You said
like
it was higher than Gray's,
might-
though, so-
yeah, but like, is it like a barely miss kind of thing?
Oh, I'd set it at 25, and I'd set Gray's at 20.
Oh, so what? She
You did crit.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
there's succeeding at cost essentially.
Give her enough where she can have like a word that jogs Greytail's memory or something.
Which comes from the
It's cute.
inspiration.
Yes.
Well, what I'll do, for the sake of the crit, I will retract the cost of the inspiration to Greytail, but still keep the benefit of. Okay, so Greytail with your 22. You remember... God, you're going back 5 or 6 years maybe, when you were a wee whisker in your mother's eye, and you remember the once 2 or 3 times from the northern sections there was a call for labour, but it hasn't been done for a while now. There used to be 2 or 3 calls for labour to go and work in mines across all the southern section, because the southern section is seemingly more rich in ore as well as lumber, so they usually have people go down as like seasonal work almost.
Yeah.
But you don't know why, but it seemed you assumed the mine just dried up because no one has gone for like 3 years or so maybe. That annual call, I mean, there's still the annual call for lumber workers and stuff, but not really for mine work anymore. You know, it's south. I mean, it could be the south of the central clan or the southern clan entirely. You're not entirely sure on that. Yeah, you've heard of mine work before coming from the south, but like I said, not for a few years now.
Would I have a vague location of where
I would say you would
if
have...
I was to go and find work, where was I going to go to?
It's usually the dockyard, because there'd be canal barges that would take people en masse, like hundreds at a time. But in terms of like crystals and stuff, you don't remember. You heard it was iron and copper mostly that was being dug en masse. You don't remember like any like crystals, geodes, gems, nothing like that comes to your mind.
Yeah. I convey all that.
Yeah.
It just seems really particular that far south is full of mining activity. A mine went down a few years ago where people haven't been called to work. We know this organisation is really secretive and private about their own matters, to the point where they were happily destroying a nearby town as a distraction. They feel empty and need these gems. Maybe trade with Penelope is stopped completely. Oh, by the way, I did invite her to afternoon tea next time we're in the same town as her, just so you all know. So
oh yeah, she's coming
have
round. Oh yeah, she's coming round for tea and scones. Don't worry.
Oh, yes,
okay,
I know.
I have a tea set with me, I think.
Oh my god, that's adorable. Yes. Okay. I think we need to go to Ralphar. I feel like that is our... Not to go in all guns blazing, or we use this as an opportunity to take out one of the other sides, like we did with Frosselger, whilst they're busy and occupied.
While they're busy in the south, we take up the one in the north.
Mm-hmm.
Limit their resources.
So your plan is, because as far as you're aware they're going south, hit one of the other facilities sort of thing.
Maybe.
No, is that what Rose just said? I heard you echo it.
So,
sorry, because I'm asking just because for notes and stuff, because I try and scribble shit as you guys talk.
I mean, in my mind, we have 2 options. We either go to Vralfar and try to stop them, encounter them there, to try and stop them from getting these crystals, or we go to north of Dunvast and take out that one, or try and get away for us to get a connection from Dunvast, the one above Dunvast, to this demi-plane they're in. Both of them have got positives and negatives, really, to be honest.
I think
if we did go to the one... Go on, Greytail.
The amount of time it's going to take to get to the south, they might have already done and moved on by then. Whereas Dunvast is literally...
We do have a shortcut if we're willing to ask.
With Penelope.
Ah, yes.
If she's willing.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So, if they're heading south, I didn't feel like they were south, right? You said that they were going there. They're not there yet. That was the impression I got, right?
Their next phase is to go to the furthest south that they have access to. And
But they can
obtain what they
teleport
need.
as well.
Yeah. So either we're going to encounter them there, or we get there before they do.
There's two main factors, like Great Al just mentioned. Not only that, they have the ability to transport fairly quickly. You also don't quite... You've never really encountered the scale of their facilities or anything. You have no idea how many... when you went to that one there, it was only one person. Could be 1, could be 1,000, could be 10, could be 100.
So... personally think for us to encounter them in Ralphar if we were to do it, means that we would lose the element of surprise because they will find out that we know their location. First of all, we would also potentially still allow for them to get away with the crystals and lose any opportunity of attacking another base, but we might stop them from getting the crystals, which is the next big stage in their plan. If we go to Dunvast, they get the crystals, but we might potentially take out another facility and find something out of the secret organisation. However, we lose the opportunity to potentially encounter them and interrogate if we were to capture anyone but Solar.
Yeah.
What does everyone think?
Given how close Dunvarst is, wouldn't that be easier to just like poke our nose in and figure out why they're doing what they're doing, and we could maybe get a step ahead of them rather than chasing them around?
That's what I was thinking. It's better to get a step ahead in one area than potentially missing another.
But are we a step ahead though? If we go there, if that was, as you think, the location where they did the whatever happened last night, is that place even needed anymore?
But still, if it is that they are going to... We're still taking out one of their places. We've got Fossilgur. Well, we thought we'd got Fossilgur, but we stopped Fossilgur from doing what it was doing. This will still give us the information of what they might have already done to try and prevent it happening at another location. Because if they flood the board, we could all be in danger. You know, magic might just go. Which, don't know about you, could have interesting circumstances.
They did have to take fencing lessons when I was younger, but I haven't really practiced in a while if magic goes out again.
Yeah, we might need to have some training sessions on wherever we're going, to be honest. For us more spellcaster folk. I think we vote, to be honest. We've tried to be a democracy, so we vote. Majority wins. Dunvast or Vraltha. And we can't be moody if, you know, one person doesn't agree with it. You go with whoever the majority is. Agreed?
Before we vote, are we only going with party members who own land?
Sorry, what? No. We all get a choice. We're all part of the same party. We all agree together.
Oh my god!
No, because then it would be 3 people voting and nobody else. So
that was the joke.
Is everyone okay with this option?
I don't know where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you
So,
to the anonymous
Dunvast or
cheerer
Vraltha?
for
Do
the
you want us to
100
write it in the
bits.
chat, Danny? Would that be better for you?
Oh, hang on. Yeah, please. It's alright. I was just thanking. I just muted so I didn't interrupt you guys. But I just wanted to thank, because I didn't even know it was a thing until recently. But you can anonymously gift subs and cheer bits. It's weird.
Yeah.
Someone's just done it, and like I was just saying, I don't know who you are, but I will find you, and I will thank you. Okay.
We've got one person we're waiting on, Boomer.
Yeah. I was going to suggest, was it worth contacting Dr. Argyle to find out where he was being held?
As the
We
thing
don't
is,
trust that.
yeah, I was going to say, although Sola said he'd escaped, it's kind of that. I think Cass doesn't believe it, and he's scared to reach out. That's the issue.
Yeah, at the
there.
moment as well, until he reached out to me.
Yeah, it could be that she said, "Oh no, he escaped," so we cast sending to him, and then they start listening in on the conversation.
He could still be being
That's what she's looking for.
watched. Yeah.
Yeah. In character.
Fuck's sake, Liam. So, after all the votes are cast, Dear, make a performance check.
Oh.
That one. Quick
No, I mean, there's a you're dabbing. There is a heavy penalty on this.
It's not just dabbing.
It's 10 to anything you roll.
It's a cat dab.
I mean, he's stabbing. He might get punched by me anyway.
I mean, that the mall is looking very tempting to just teach him his lesson here.
Yeah, it kind of looks.
He learned his lesson.
It kind of looks like he tries to backhand slap whoever's to his left in the face, and then I'd imagine it's probably like Grey or some shit. And he's kind of like, what the fuck? And then you all look at him very awkwardly as he just maintains this the pose where you've got the head in the arm and the arms right, and he's just holding it. He's just waiting for a reaction. He's waiting. Doesn't come. Still holds it.
There's a medical
Still
test
holds
to check
it.
There's a medical test to see if you test your reflexes. I'll just hang on, pull the hammer at your knee, shall we?
Oh.
Or are you going to behave?
There's nothing wrong.
There's a lot of things wrong there. Never do that again.
What's wrong?
Never do that again.
I can't tell
It's
if that's ever
offensive in our culture.
No, it's offensive in society. Just don't do it.
Have you just made?
I know.
hang on.
I was.
Have you just made it canon in Elven
No.
society that it is rude to dab?
No,
Don't
no,
like Elvins.
no. I'm just making it universal law. Don't dab. It's stupid. Yes, internet that's listening in. Don't dab. It's stupid.
I could encourage him to not do that again if it would help.
Yes.
Yes.
Aw.
Gonna anger the internet.
Encourage.
It was.
If you do, I am withdrawing him from the ally from my aura for the moment.
Oh my god, Martin's so salty. It's
Are you?
petty. Anyway.
Is this actually happening?
Yes.
No. I
Yeah.
hope not, anyway.
Yeah? Yes.
No, apparently. Yeah.
Anyway.
Michael said do it, so do it.
It's. Oh.
I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
Suggestion.
Oh my
Never
god,
do
you
that
actually-
again.
Dia, can you make a wisdom save, please?
You do not have my +2 bonus.
Okay.
Damn.
20?
Bollocks. I knew that was coming. I knew when we tried to cast it on the druid.
Yeah.
Wisdom save on a druid.
You feel a feeling
Anyway, I
wash
think-
over you of dabbing bad, but then you realise, no, dabbing good. Dabbing very
Yeah.
good. I'm gonna do it again.
Boomers looks in disgust. What the hell's going on?
But yeah,
And just walks
Yes.
off.
as
yes,
the votes are
that level of
cast,
stupid.
as the votes are cast and tallied, it seems
Do it
Do it before you
almost
leave.
almost unanimous in
back
favour
in.
of North of Dundast.
So yeah, Dunvast, guerrilla tactics. We get in, find what we need to. Let's case the joint, I believe is the correct way of explaining
the
it.
correct terminology would probably be it. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I mean,
Reconnaissance.
Stephanie. Reconnaissance, exactly. Let's get what we can from them, destroy their facility, and get back out again. Let's target and attack. If we can. We will also damage the teleportation circle that is definitely in there, because we forgot to do that last time and it ended up really badly. Right? With Argyle and, Chris being taken.
And you blame me for them getting a bad fate.
Yeah, no, it was. Well, no, you still did it, Danny. We just didn't stop you from doing it.
I didn't do
It's
anything.
like-
Hang on.
Danny, it's your fault.
Danny,
I
Danny,
didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Danny,
Solastranza did it.
Danny, you're trying to do the victim blaming thing here. Stop it. Your NPCs are in the wrong.
Wow.
Whoa!
Yeah, but you do realise, like, Clarissa and Argyle are technically my NPCs also, so, okay.
Yeah, I know. You mauled them with your NPCs.
Just
You
because
did
you're
the
a
bad.
masochist, you like hurting yourself. Anyway,
Stop hitting
So-
yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
stop eating yourself. Yeah. So, if we get in there, we look for any kind of information. Let's gather detail, investigate, noir, detective style. Let's get in. Yeah, call back to earlier today.
Only we
Punch
get.
anything we
Well, never mind.
see. And
Yeah.
Boomer, if you find anything, so Greytail, you punch everything. Boomer, if you find anything that'll blow up, blow it up.
All I do
Let's-
is punch Boomer.
Cause some havoc for them.
Don't ask him twice.
No.
Boom, baby,
Go on,
boom.
Evan.
Okay, I was the more on the lines of Boomer. Gather it up so he's ready to go off when we tell you to let it go off. Don't blow it up at first sight. Especially when
Yeah, that's
it's
what I
still
meant.
in the facility.
Yeah. Delayed blast kind of deal.
Yes, it's an exit strategy, not an entrance maker. Especially when we're already inside.
It's helped there.
And
Yes,
Yeah,
don't
if
do
you
it
feel-
here.
I haven't done anything
don't
up yet.
do it, dear.
Don't do it,
Aw.
dear.
You tried to kill
Yeah.
us all with a mine, dear.
Accidentally.
Yes,
On purpose.
that's what. Yeah, again, that would have been Boomer there, accidentally bringing a mountain down on top of us.
Yeah.
So,
You know, I think we've all got a role to play in this. We get in, cause havoc, get out. Deal?
Hopefully, the
Yeah.
travel time will have the necklaces ready. I think.
Or
How long
I
is it
think
going
he
to
asked for.
way off. It's way
Oh, they are
off.
the
I
way
think
off.
he asked for help. He
I
asked
think
for
I'm
help.
going to need some help with this.
Oh. Penelope.
Yeah.
That was a very strange sound, Liam. You just made.
what? Yeah.
I was stretching, sorry.
No, I mean,
I'd say-
I
I'd
think
say
we
we'd
need
be-
to get there quickly. How many days is it away from where we are to Dunbar? Well, just north of Dunbarst.
Assuming you take the Derrick, you can. Let me double check Derrick's sailing speed. 120 miles a day you can cover on the Derrick. Bearing in mind each square is 92 miles, so we'll say that's
Yeah.
You actually, yeah, you could probably do it in about 4 or 5 days. I'm not exact mathing it. I will do so in a second. But going
Gone.
like this path here, like that's the route I was thinking. You could probably do it in about 4 days, 4 or 5 days.
Four and a half.
That's rough guessing.
Slightly
I
different.
haven't looked at, done the map because it's 120 miles divided by the like so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half squares. So hang on, let's do this properly. So 92 times 6.5 is 598 divided by 120. 4.9 days. So we'll just say 5 days for the sake of 5 days
5 days.
from port to port. 5 days.
Hmm.
And that's as long as we
I
don't
feel like
have
5
trouble.
days is too much. Yeah.
The beauty
One
of
call in.
the beauty of sailing on a mimic, he has the intelligence to mitigate problems that you may not necessarily see or have the experience to understand as non-sailors. So in terms of
Yes.
in terms of potential issues on the seas, a lot of it is mitigated because the mimic is intelligent enough and has been a ship for long enough that he's as good as a sailor. Like
As a Triton sailor,
also.
I don't know how much you would give me on this, but could I blow Gust of Wind level 2 and then Cantrip Gust to just try and help keep the sail full? Like, dedicate my days on the ship to just making ship go faster?
If
it's a constant backwind.
It would help, but one of the main forms of propulsion is actually... He's got, like, little duck feet.
Oh.
Yeah, basically, it's not so much that the sails blow as it's the ship swims.
The sail does put help to it, but even in non-wind, he still has more movement than most ships because he has like paddle feet.
Yeah, webbed feet. They basically just.
Yeah.
The ship is doing breaststroke.
I will say it probably would help, just not as much as you're going to expect because all of it is not reliant on the sails.
Yeah, just spend her downtime helping make ship go faster in whatever capacity with whatever familiarity.
Yeah, blow wind, ship go burr. I get it.
Yeah.
Evan,
Yeah.
when you said we know people who can teleport, did you mean ask him for a favour, and who did you mean it to?
Penelope.
Yeah. I was thinking the same. It would help us get there quicker.
It would help us get there quicker.
Oh.
Dear?
I don't know. Might be able to
Cobs on the cooker.
do something. I need to check my spells. Hold on.
I'm sorry, can you teleport?
No.
I can't teleport, no.
But he probably has something that can help.
That would be amazing. Just like, oh yeah, I can get you there. Don't worry.
So, where are we crossing
I do know that there is a druid spell, but it's a lot higher where you
The
can walk
tree
through
meld
trees.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know
What
what,
were you
level it
saying,
is.
Later on.
Wait. We're in
It's like 6 or 7 or something.
Liam,
Wait,
what were you
what are we-
saying?
What are we at the moment? Just double check.
Colossal Taiga.
Okay, so was this one up? I was right. Okay.
What's up?
So,
What have you got in mind?
So, what's the distance of this area here at Little River? Would I know that? Or
Probably ballparking it with my eyes. You're probably looking at about 15 mile, maybe?
15
it's not so
mile.
much a river, it's just a small.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a large canal, like... I don't know, because it's not quite a river, it's much bigger, but it's not quite an
So
ocean.
what were you
Okay,
thinking?
Google. How many feet in the river?
How many feet in a mirror?
Wait, what?
What the
I don't know.
Depends how many people are
Feet
standing
in a
in front of it.
mile, are you trying to say?
There
Feet
is
in a
infinite.
mile.
How many feet in a mirror?
A mirror.
I've heard
I think he was
everything.
trying to say mile and river at the same time and got crossed over.
Look, right, Liam, go. Take 2.
1 foot per minute is defined.
So,
Sorry, Google doesn't know how many feet are in mirrors. Sorry.
so what's we
2
going doing?
usually.
So, what are you thinking we're doing?
Well, it was a long shot,
Yeah.
but use conjure animals to summon 8 giant owls to try to carry us across.
That would be useful if it weren't for the
Yeah.
fact that we're going to probably like.
We've got to
It's
travel
going
the
to
rest of the way.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
you're
also,
right.
As the crow flies, you are travelling about 250 miles. As the crow flies.
Yeah,
Which is
I think it would be
a
2.
lot of feet.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
way
far.
more, yeah. You're talking
Now,
multiple
that-
days worth.
Yeah,
As
I'd
the
say-
crow flies.
Okay,
Water,
that
that's what I'm thinking.
that technique would work a lot better if we were doing something like we were taking the derrick.
Ahead.
If we were trying to do the thing, we could take the derrick, go from Colossal Taiga, go round, and then when we get to about here, then use the giant owls to give us the lift inland, whilst the ship goes to the while the derrick goes to or rests nearby, and then we can come back to Dunvast.
Ah, yeah.
That's a good way to get us further inland quickly.
And then we go
Well-
straight to the point instead of going to Dunvast first.
Like I say, there's
Yeah.
still means that we are 5 days. I do not know how far they are away from achieving their goal. They could get there and back before we even get to Dunvast.
They could be done by now by the time we finish this conversation.
Exactly.
Which
Yeah, because the one thing you didn't get was essentially a time frame, bros.
the difference there is, if we're going to Dunvast, I believe the idea of us going to Dunvast was get a jump on future plans.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going there, time in the Dunvast situation isn't really a factor. If we're trying to stop the one...
No, it is, because at the end of the day, we're using this opportunity of them being at another location to target Dunvast. If they are already done with their business down south, what's not to say that they would come back to Dunvast?
What's to say that Dunvast is their main headquarters of operation? What if they send somebody from a base further south to go and look into it?
It's not. So we know that their headquarters, as such, are in the plain, the outside plain.
Yep.
These are all points of location where they are able to travel between that doughy plane and the material plane. We're going to cut them on and them off. We are cutting off that route of transportation, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So say you have... Well, you told me this. If you have 100 guards at 4 locations, you lose 100 at one, meaning you split the other guards between the other locations. However, if you need for all of them to go to the central location, you subvert or redirect power, right? Guards from these other 2 locations. Whilst everyone's down south, we will have, I'm hoping, less opposition. Time is still a factor, I think, personally. I mean, you might be right, though. So.
Yeah, it could be that whatever's going on south has nothing to do with what's going on in Dunvast, which means we're panicking to try and speed up because what's happening south, and we're trying to get ahead of them potentially bringing whatever they find south back up north, so we can be just waiting for them as they come in and be like, hello give us the stuff. Or it could be nothing. They could go to another location entirely, and not because why would they bring?
Is it too much trouble though, as even asking? Why don't we just ask her, Nebly? If she does it, then she does it. If she doesn't, we've got a backup route.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Mm-hmm. But it's also the case of yes, we can use Penelope to get there, and if we send the Derek to go and meet us at the Dunvast docks anyway, that's fine. What I'm saying is,
well, I was thinking Brubeynden, or however you say that word.
Biden.
Yeah, because by the time that Derek gets there, if we've used Penelope, we would have already been through Dunvast and be heading up north anyway. We'd meet in the middle. If we send him run to Dunvast, we'd be waiting in Dunvast when they're in Dunvast and could come after him.
Well, no, because we're
going
to
get out of jail.
Well, no, because if we're going to Dunvast, it's still going to take us. If we go
by Penelope, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we go by Penelope. Through Biden.
Instantaneous, right?
Yeah.
For Derek, it still takes 5 days. And instantaneous, meaning that we will be waiting in Dunvast for at least 4 days. If we come to meet us in Brubeynden or Brubeynden,
it's not a port though. Nearby.
Outside, out nearby, meaning that we will literally spend 2 days travelling at the same day that he spends 2 days. We meet in the middle.
We meet up in.
That's not the thing though, because if he's going from Costeltega to Brubeynden, that's what? About 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
Either we're at Dunvast or at Brubeynden. Where that is, that's about a 4-day walk from either.
Well, we just drop it down a little bit and we meet in the middle. We can get almost the perfect location.
Well, that's the thing. I'd
rather him waiting for us to reach there than us waiting for him to reach there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is if the thing is though, if we go fast, okay, if we take the teleport now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4-day walk for us to get to there, right?
Yeah.
Either way, it's still a 4-day walk. If we take the Derek, it is 5 days for it to get there. It is 1 day difference, and we're not knackered from walking for 4 days. We are now prepared.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm getting a bit confused because it sounds a little bit like you're trying to say that we would be walking there. I'm saying we walk back to meet Derek.
But how
We
are we
teleport
getting...
there.
Penelope can't teleport us to the location.
Only
She
a
can
tent.
teleport only to her tents, which are in the towns, which are 4 days away from where it is.
Yeah, because
Oh, I see
On-
what you mean.
on-
Okay, I was getting confused.
because the thing is, on foot it's 24 mile a day that you can travel without exerting yourself and going at
Yeah.
a normal pace. Obviously, if you're stealthing, it's half. If you want to push and go further, it's gonna exhaust and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, you've got to consider it is about 4 days. Yeah, Michael's right. From
Yeah.
Dunvast
So
to
even-
Mountaintop.
Yeah. Either way, it's 4
Ignore
days.
that, then
Yeah.
that's fair.
The boat,
I do
the boat
apologise.
is our best way. Yeah. The boat is our best
Boat
way.
is our best way.
Yeah,
And then,
maybe
if
maybe
that's
get
the case-
yourself like because you could in theory dock here on the shoreline, couldn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, we don't need to be too much. Just Derek is near the shore. I mean, we have tested before that even though he can't respond, Derek does get sending messages, right?
He can receive like you cast message on him before to test. He can receive them. He
But just can't respond.
Yeah, he can't respond. He can send feelings of understanding and like, but it's more of you feel like he understands what you're saying.
Yes.
but it's not words.
You
Yeah.
get, yeah. So that's fine. So we get there as we're leaving. It's still going to take us a day or so. Probably going to take us a day or so to get back to the coast from wherever this thing is. So we send a message on the way back to get Derek to come back from where he's been hiding, just a little bit offshore, I would say, to come back in. We're on the boat,
No, I
and
think-
we can.
That is the better option compared. I mean, unless we can, bait one of the AA people into coming and fighting us, we're not going to get there any quicker any other way. You're right.
Which is the same thing, because I'm looking at
Yeah.
to the south.
We should
going
have
from...
used those teleportation circles to just bamf out of the area. Never mind. Not. I will apologise. I didn't want to hold on to Zariel's hand, and I also didn't.
Well, no, we weren't going to use that, so.
Yeah, we had to use them when we did.
So, yeah. Either way, we're looking at if we're going to we go to Dunvast and move up. That's 4 days from teleport, or 5 days if we take the boat. Now, if we take the boat, we're probably better if we use. Well, no, that was 5 days to Dunvast's docks, right?
Yeah, and then it'd be another 4 after that.
If you wanted to go to say tuck up here instead of going, I'd knock a
That's
day
the
off.
better one, yeah.
Knock a day off into
Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah. So it'll be either way, it's 4 days. If we take the boat to there, and then we use
Looks closer
giant
as well.
eagle. Yeah, if we use the giant
Yes.
eagles, then
Which
Mm.
is a good the thing Deer suggested, which could
Mhm.
make you guys cover ground so much
More.
quicker. You could
we could
you
We
could,
can also
more
get up the
ground.
mountain
you
as
could
well.
probably cut
Yeah.
the travel time by half. I'd say, as long
Yeah.
as if you
We-
used them liberally.
sparingly and well.
Yeah.
We can then get there. 4 days
How
by
many
boat.
times-
We could.
Dear.
How many third level spell slots do you have? This isn't a character thing.
Yeah, I was doing it in character there.
No.
I went up-
I actually read a
Yeah.
thing. Like PCs and stuff are aware of how many like spell slots they have. It's just described in a
I've no
different way.
idea, yeah.
So you can say, "Oh, I feel like I could cast that spell X times." You do it.
It's the amount of energy that you're given per day.
Yeah.
That's-
You actually are.
get tired.
Spellcasters apparently are aware of it and could say like, "Oh, I can cast a spell of that power 3 times." So you don't have
Yeah.
to really worry too much about stuff like that. The stuff I get iffy on is like, "Oh, what's your perception modifier?" Okay, you roll. You know what I mean? I get iffy on that stuff.
Yeah.
Spell
yeah.
slots, it's actually in the book as that you are aware, so I'm happy with that.
And how long does the spell usually last for when you cast it?
Hour, isn't it? Conjure woodland beings.
No, that's polymorph. I just
it's
don't want to be
1
getting
hour.
confused with it.
It's an hour. Yeah.
So you could do that twice. If we pinpoint it, how I reckon a bird could fly. What about
120. I
50,
think.
60?
120
Yeah.
foot a turn it would
Yeah,
be if you
once-
dashed every turn.
Yeah.
So, how many miles is it roughly? You don't need to give us, like big amounts of time.
Well,
Tommy?
Say that again.
What's the distance between the two? Because it looks about a third away. A third of us.
What, from shore to the X?
Yeah.
Probably 1 square's worth, so we'll say 92 mile, we'll just say, for rounding.
Okay.
And Ash has just said giant eagles have a flight speed of 80. Assuming they're going full pelt, I'm not going to bother doing the math of like how many feet in the hour and all, but it's a
yeah,
lot.
so it's
So hang on, it's what?
we need to do 485,000 feet.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so hang on. 80 times 2, 160. So it's doing 160. You do that by 10.
That gets you the minutes.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Then
And then
times
you
it
times
by
that-
60.
Times that by 60.
Fuck me. That's
I'll do the maths.
Yeah, someone.
So,
yeah, that's too much.
So hang on.
math.
160, 1,600.
Times up.
I'm just gonna do the
Equals
Durlong
96.
math. Players are 30, and their overland speed is 300 miles in a day. And this is about triple that.
Calculator. Open.
Yeah,
We can
so
do
you probably take
96,000
So 120.
feet in an hour.
And how much
So-
is that in miles?
Wait a minute. We need to do
How many?
50 hours worth of owls to get there in time. That doesn't make sense to me.
Is that is that?
How?
We'll deal with this off screen. We'll deal with this math.
Yeah, sorry guys. Someone's
Like-
math's gone wrong somewhere.
No, literally, like, I thought the math of working Colossal Taker to Dunvast was bad. This math's next level. Like, fuck this. It's hurting my head and I'm not even doing it. I'm just-
Okay, so in 5 minutes, more or less, we can do 1 mile.
So a mile every 5 minutes. Okay, that.
It'll just be under 5 minutes.
So if
we'll
we
just say
work it
5
off,
fair.
so if we work it off that logic, 5 minutes a mile, times it by.
So it's a person who walks
12.
24 miles an hour.
So it's 12 miles an hour. Yeah,
No, not 24 miles an hour.
12.
So what? 12 miles an hour? Did you say?
If Liam's just said it's a mile every 5 minutes, which would make 12 miles an hour if you times it by 12.
Yeah.
So there you go. 12 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's still not great.
Assuming
It's
you
better
cast,
than anything we've
assuming
already
you
got.
cast it twice in 2 hours, you can travel.
You can travel
a day's
the distance
worth.
of a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we're cutting what? Maybe
If you did
2
it,
days.
Still going to
of-
take us another 2 days to do
Yeah.
it. So that's 7 days compared with 4. And then
well, then we take the.
You could cast
thing-
it again the next
but
day, but
in
yeah.
theory, you guys could travel 48 miles because you do the 2 hours of like super boost, like if you cast them one after each other.
Yeah.
Then the 24 miles you do on foot, you can in theory walk 48, and you can get there in 2 days, give or take.
so 6 days in total.
Yeah.
6 days.
6 days, or if you wanted to.
Druids
convert
get
to
spell slots back on short rests.
No, they're not.
It's all
warlocks.
just plus long. No,
That's just warlocks.
fair enough.
Warlocks are the best. I love warlocks.
Warlocks trash. Trash.
So
Warlocks are my favourite. Warlocks and clerics. And monks
thing we
and
need to think
fighters. And
about
pretty much
is-
every class I like. Sorry?
Would them carrying us make them go slower? Because I'm looking at the speed of them carrying nothing.
No. So giant eagles are able to carry 2 passengers without causing.
Unimpeded. It's any
much
more
issue.
than that. Any more than
Yeah.
that, it causes
As soon
issue.
as you go any more, it halves it
But
down.
it's too
because they're big.
I
medium or
haven't
smaller.
found it.
Too medium or
Maybe I'll
smaller.
check giant eagles very quickly because it hasn't showed up for me yet.
Wait a minute. Can you change in? Oh no, it's conjure beings. I was going to say, can you change into a bird?
Not yet.
No, I was just double checking because I'm getting confused with things.
Hold on. I can't find giant eagle anywhere.
But you know what we're gonna do? I think should we leave
We're
this
gonna end this session.
debate?
yes,
Yeah, we'll
yes,
I
we'll end
We'll take
this
it all
with
fine.
confusing math.
yeah.
We brought math to D&D. We brought physics and science to fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all a
well,
bunch of
Our
nerds.
apologies, people.
yeah, no, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's just now a math stream. But yeah, so we'll get all this figured out between scenes. The next D&D stream, I believe, according to my math, is the 18th of September. Yay! So put it in your diaries, and that'll be episode 32.
I won't be able to do Giant Eagle for everybody, just quickly. It's your one. So I don't want to be able to make...
This episode will be on YouTube as of Monday, hopefully, if nothing else goes wrong.
We'll take it offline.
Yes. But until then, I will see y'all. Tomorrow, actually, I am starting a new horror game tomorrow called Summer 58. Looks really good. I also bought the bundle off the developers for the other 2 games that they made, which are very similar in controls but different stories and stuff. Looks really good, really fun. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Ta-ra a bit.
Bye.
See ya.